don't do drugs. I don't do drugs.
All right, what's up, Rangers? Welcome back to the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. Now, I'm just saying, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. You know, Thursday nights episodes are about to get a bit more lit.
Yes, sir.
And we're coming at you live and direct here in downtown LA. And tonight, I figured it's number one. Not only is it a pack house, but I don't think Bobo was ready for this, man. Like he's looking around, he's like, "Oh shit."
There's a whole other different shit going on over here. Like, what the fuck? All right.
Does this bring back memories?
You know what? It kind of does. That's what I'm picturing myself like, yo, am I really living this? What's going on here? I see this big ass tank. Okay, I know what that is.
What's in the tank?
Hey, that should be a fucking game show. What's in the tank? Yo, all right, so before we keep on going, I'm E-Zone. Welcome to the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. Joining me is X to the G, Xavier. What's up, X?
What's up? I feel like I'm in high school with the tank. He's right.
It's throwback memories. Next to him is the one and only Eric Bobo joining us. He was supposed to be here last week, but I think it's even better this week.
Yeah,
what's up?
What's the deal?
We got Skinny Pablo, and then what up, Pablo? What's going on with you? You got a beer?
I got a beer. I got the a triple called Quest from Craft Beer Kings, the best in the game.
They're the only ones to have that those kind of collabs with legends like that. That is the official Tribe Called Quest beer collab. And enjoy that, Raz, dude. The Craft Beer Kings. That you can get that anywhere in the U.S.
Hey, man, I love this beer. It's wait, let me take a sip real quick.
Bonita Apple Bomb. You gotta put me on.
It's high in alcohol content. It's 10%. It tastes fucking delicious. It's smooth. It's got a sick cover on it, or whatever label.
Yeah, the cover looks sick.
I love it. The cover on it makes it so appealing. Like, man, these guys really know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, man, you can only expect the best with that Dr. Green Thumb collab that we got coming on. And
what's it called?
Instead of the smoke box, it's called the hot box, and it's the artwork is crazy on it.
It's hoppy, I'm guessing.
It's a double hazy pineapple IPA.
There we go.
So it's gonna be refreshing, and it's gonna be I'm in the background as a cartoon, and you see my High and Hungry hat in it.
You see the logo.
But the cool thing about it is that's Green Thumb's collab, and yeah, I'm involved with this one. But right after that, January, February, I get my own High and Hungry beer, which is like long in the making. I'm like, I got my menu late this year, so I'm like having my own beer. It's like I'm making all the things that people say weren't gonna pay off.
There we go.
Yeah. Also, before I finish my introductions, I want to introduce and welcome back the man over here, bro. Yo, man. What up, Zoo? Welcome back, bro.
That's good. Thank you for having me. How you guys doing tonight?
Dude, man, a lot of people are probably number one, man, it's a pleasure to have you back. You're very knowledgeable about a lot of different things. Last time we learned about meth carts.
Yep.
Apparently.
And DMT carts. Hey, since then, we got mushroom carts now.
Wait, what?
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 Crazy since then.
Hey.
Mushroom carts? All right, we're going to get into this right after. And then before we finish, I want to introduce my other co-host, Kiero. What's up, Kiero?
This motherfucker has been getting on my nerves all day. I cannot wait to start this show. Kiero loves you if nobody loves you. We got Bobo here. We got Zuwap here. We got the homies posted in the back.
Wait up. Explain to Bobo what we meant about the meth cart.
Oh yeah. So last time we had him. This is a very knowledgeable guy with a lot of crazy devices that are out there in the world. And I was like, "What's the craziest thing you've seen in a cart? You know, like an actual
THC cart,
like a THC cart?" And he says that there's people that manage to put meth in these carts.
Get the fuck out.
and that's what we thought at first. We're like, "What the fuck? But meth carts? This is quite the fucking trip." But then today he comes. What you said? Mushroom carts? Explain this, bro.
Yeah, basically they break down the mushrooms with the glycerin, so they take out all the bodily effects, so people don't get sick. You know, you eat mushrooms, it's a poison that's getting out of your body, so they take that out, and they're able to liquefy it and put it in the carts now.
Damn.
So you can smoke the mushroom and not get sick anymore.
Can you put mushrooms in a bong and take a fat rip and will it do anything or just waste
Now
money?
with like the flame, it will burn the psilocybin, so you don't get high. But vaping it, I guess the evil scientists figured a way.
no, they
So
figured
how
it out.
long does this shit last when you vape it then?
It's like 4 to 8 hours. It depends though.
Get the fuck
I've
out.
only tried a couple, but
See, someone just said they had a crystal cart for my homie. Scante cart.
Scante card. Okay.
Somebody called me bootleg Eric Andre, and fuck you.
I've seen Scante carts in the street, man, like going out to fucking after hours and shit. There'd be a guy there who's like, hey, I got this cart with some shit in it, and you look at it, and it's like a black cart, like fucking
How do
all
you know that's
burnt.
not heroin?
Man,
Well,
I
it could be heroin, it
that
could be
shit.
crack, but I think it was meth. I think
They don't lie to you.
I think he described.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was like, "Yo, there's like, no, it's that good shit in there, eh? Oh, fucking." Then he smoked it, and he started like doing like being all weird with his eyes and shit.
What do you need? Have you tried these mushroom carts?
I tried one.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
does it work the same?
Yeah, it worked. It was good.
Like, but okay, like when I think of a cart, right? Like, am I not wrong? Like, I take a hit, I cough, and that's it. I'm getting higher, right? So like, what I'm wondering is like, did that hit you right away? Did you go into a trip the moment you exhaled?
You know, when I trip, it's more of like a mental. I don't really see visuals, even like whatever psychedelic. So it was pretty quick. It was probably like not instantly, but a couple minutes though, and then hit the blast off. But it's something too. I know it's a new thing, so they're still perfecting them, figuring it out. But like now you're gonna start to see like gummies and like hard candies.
Question.
So it's becoming like weed. What's up, Pablo?
Do you hallucinate more with each hit that you take off the mushroom cart? Is it cap or like how does it?
Yeah, but
the
it also
tolerance-
depends on the people. Like everybody's different. You know, they trip different. Some people see visuals, some don't, and then the strains are different too. So, you know, some have higher. It's more of a body high. Some it's more of the visual. So, it just kind of depends.
What strains do you like?
Other strains?
Of mushrooms?
Like, Cubitza Z, Gold Caps, Penis
red
Envy, Blue Minis.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of strains.
Shit's
Albino.
getting
Albinos
crazy
are my
out
favorite right now.
Like that
Oh,
chocolate
albino
bar.
parakeets?
That chocolate bar right there, she's made by She's Baked. Those are albino caps.
Oh no
Which
shit.
ones are those are the original ones, right? With the red, with the white and the red.
No, those are the gold caps.
Those are like the ones you see, like the
tinctures,
typical ones you see on TV. The ones they're fucking with. Those are the.
Now I wanted to ask, but I've been looking at Bobo this whole time, and he's been making these faces like he's learning a lot. Like I feel like this is a very informative podcast
It
for
is.
you right now.
It is. Right now, I'm like saying, okay, what advancements have been made? Because when I would take mushrooms, it was just mushrooms and kept it real simple, or mushroom tea, real simple. Now y'all talking about some carts and meth carts.
But
and
you have done mushrooms on a level that I will never dare to do.
How much have you ate? Yeah, he said 1 cab, 2 cabs.
No, this man did a lot and went on a 18-hour flight?
Yeah, I've done that.
Like 9 grams.
Yeah, I've done.
9 grams on a plane?
That's deep.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done.
Even Zeus said, woo.
I've done an eighth, and a little more than the eighth.
How do you get through it eating all that
Did
though?
fucking Disneyland. Shit, that's the best shit.
At Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland. That's the only time when I took mushrooms at California Adventure. They have this that spinning Ferris wheel, and there's certain ones that spin, right? And I would never get on it on a sober mind. But for some reason, when I went in there on mushrooms, bro, I got on that shit fearless, and I was making that shit swing. Like I wanted to I wanted something to happen,
It's
and like
fucking best shit, man.
It's not for me. I went to Disneyland and I did shrooms and I'm there chilling. You know how it starts easy and it cruises in and you're kind of, this is cool. And I'm getting there. Next thing you know, I'm just chilling in line waiting to get on Space Mountain and I'm petting the rail. And the kid's looking at me like, why is this grown man petting a rail? It hit me and I was like, I look so stupid petting. And I really was like, yo, this rail's shiny. This shit can move.
You know, that kid was like,
Yes, that kid, and I looked over and that kid was looking at me like, and I felt like a homeless person. The way I look at homeless person, like, what's wrong with this motherfucker? Dude, after that, I had to leave. I really was tripping because I literally was petting the rail just like, because it felt so slippery. You know how rails feel?
The challenge,
It's dirty as fuck. I'm all touching it before COVID.
The challenge for me that I got on
Yeah, don't
Space
touch
Mountain, that was like the first ride. So what I did, I had my bag of mushrooms, I got some popcorn, and I started eating them both.
damn.
So I'm in a long line at fucking Space Mountain. So by the time I get inside and you start hearing all the noises and shit, that's when it started to kick in. Now I'm with my ex, and her family, and then there's kids and everything. And I didn't tell anybody I took mushrooms, so I just did solo. And that was the best shit in my life, man. Going on Space Mountain, I went through so many emotions in that little ride. I didn't want to get off, and yeah, that was some good.
What kind
shit.
of like were you like scared? Hold on.
Oh no, I wasn't scared, but it's
Bobo
like,
joint.
you know, you're laughing, crying, you're leaking all over the motherfucking place, because you know what I mean.
Did you have to hide your high from everybody?
I tried my best, but I couldn't do it after the
They
ride.
found out.
Oh man.
Because then I didn't want to get out the ride. I said, can I go on it again? And that's when I blew it. I blew it. I didn't want to get off, so you know, that shit is good.
They wouldn't have expected that from you, or like that's the reason it was a trip.
No, you know, my ex at the time, she did expect it, so she told me, don't take those mushrooms.
Wow.
Dude,
But I didn't listen. I wasn't listening to her. I said, I'm in fucking Disneyland.
Yep.
So
Disneyland.
I'm gonna fucking do this.
You got mushroom fucking mushrooms at Disneyland. It sounds like a very good idea, but when it hits different, it's because here's the thing, man. Like when you go do mushrooms at a public place, sometimes, like for example, one time I thought I was like, oh cool, I can handle having my own booth at the session and take mushrooms at the same time.
No.
But when I got bombarded by a rush, I was like, stop this! Like I was like, like I wanted to freak out. I was like, yo, you guys need to stop and calm the fuck down. There was nothing going on.
Nothing.
Yeah, but I think it just has to be the right occasion.
I never, like doing shrooms in large gatherings of people because I know I'm more liable to say anything. You know what I mean? And just like, I don't want to be in a large group of people and just be like, yo, say the wrong thing and everybody just flips out.
I had a fucked up trip at Universal Studios.
I've had good trips there.
So you know that Waterworld? They got that Waterworld ride.
Yeah.
That show.
Yeah.
So we drop acid, and I think we're like sniffing ketamine and shit. We're going crazy. Fucking. The show starts right, and then like one of the homies thinks he's living it like real life, like.
Yeah, like he got sold into the story.
Bro, and then I remember somebody threw up in the stands like a little kid. It was like The Exorcist. I did not know, bro. It was crazy. Every little kid was looking like demons and shit. We're just like,
Nah.
Damn.
it was a good time though. But I
That
do
shit
not
is
recommend Waterworld.
Do they still have that mummy ride?
Man.
That mummy, the ride of the mummy would be
mummy,
tripped
yeah.
out because you feel the little things on you. So if you're,
Oh, yeah,
if
shit.
you're like on shrooms or acid,
When's
and
the
you're
last
going on the
time-
mummy, and
when's
that
the
shit
last
start
time-
creep on you.
You went there, Bobo?
Last time I went to like Disneyland? Oh,
No,
man.
Universal.
Oh, Universal was not all that long ago. I was sober as fuck, but the last time I did shroom was the first time in like after like 10 or 12 years. Was recently at Dave and Buster's in Texas with my girl, and that was some shit, man. Playing Pac-Man on a big ass fucking screen. Oh man, car racing games, big ass roulette tables. Man, this shit was like fucking loud as fuck. Every fucking sound was like fucking divided, and we started just busting out laughing. And I knew that people looking at us like, yo, those people on something. And at that point, it's like, fuck, what the fuck you gonna do? You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah, I have a couple of more shroom trips on me. Couple more.
Have you ever had a bad shroom trip?
Yeah. When I had too much mushroom tea and I couldn't play a gig.
So you just oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that story. I took some mushroom tea and it was a Cypress show and Tribe Called Quest, Gangster, all these people was on the fucking bill. And I couldn't do the shit. I couldn't do the show at all.
Because it'd be kind of hard to like see how much mushroom tea is getting you fucked up. Because you eat
they
a cab,
told
you
me-
eat a cab,
They told
you know?
me to take a little bit. I didn't listen.
Oh, you didn't
listened
listen.
I never listened. You know what I mean? I take a motherfucking. They tell me a little bit. I took a fucking big ass fucking shit. And then I ate fucking these hydroponic mushrooms. I had fucking half a cap, and cap was like fucking yay big.
Hydroponic mushrooms?
Hydroponic mushrooms.
So that's like when they're using
indoor.
the same
Indoor.
tech.
Yeah,
indoor
indoor
mushrooms.
shit.
Indoor
That's
shit.
crazy.
That's like, well, you know, when you do the tea, you activate the psilocybin, so it's
Yeah.
like double the dose.
Yeah, so I did, and I drank way more than I should have, and I was fucked for the whole day. And it was a show day.
You guys have heard about that shrooms or whatever, where like has to do with like reindeer, but like if you piss it out, you can re-drink your piss and trip harder.
First of all,
You heard of that, about right?
Look, first of all,
I know you're gonna say I ain't gonna do it anyways,
Look,
but I'm just letting you know. You guys heard of that, right?
Even if they told me that if I had a certain concoction and I pissed out and it was equivalent to me doing cocaine, I wouldn't do it.
No.
Not even if
You're pretty healthy. Like you go to like all the health shit, and if they told you like drinking your piss was healthy for you, and because they say there's some health benefits, you're not doing it at all.
No, I'm not doing it.
You stop there.
There's other
Have you ever
alternatives.
smelled your piss coming out? Sometimes it smells horrible.
Yeah.
Depends on your diet.
Yeah, definitely.
diet.
When I ate 2 of those ramens in one day,
Yeah. That's the last time it fucked.
Your piss probably came out brown, dude.
it kind of like I came out the bathroom upset. And he's like, "What happened?" I was like,
Wait, tell them how much sodium is in those.
Well,
ramens.
I just
like
told Bobo
1700
last week or so. and I was
1700
like, hey,
and
I
Bobo.
haven't seen you
ramen.
eat one after that.
No,
after
he
you
took
told
2 of them with him.
took
I
2
was
of 'em.
like, hey, Bobo, they're a treat, not a meal. Like, you gotta like remember, you're not eating this to eat. You're eating this
Right.
because it's delicious.
So, they still there at the crib, kicking it. And, I'm not fucking around with that. You got to protect your O-ring, man. You can't blow out your fucking O-ring. You know what I mean? Be in the bathroom.
Did you
hand
see
up.
what Zoo did with his beer on the holidays?
It was what?
He dropped beer on a pound of RS11.
He's saying it wrong. Birria.
Birria.
I dropped a whole cup of consume into a pound of RS11.
Oh, consomme.
That's horrible,
Consomme,
man.
that means
Like,
the
imagine
juice.
like a cup of chili, bro.
Fool, come on. You're
No, I know what consomme is,
you're
but I'm trying to,
hungry,
I'm
fool.
trying
You
to
know what
process the
consomme is.
fact that like
Hey, it's literally, I'm sitting at
What
the
the
table,
fuck?
and there's a cup sitting right here, right?
It's just hot
And there happens
juice.
to be a
For
pound
people,
of
it's just
it.
hot juice, hot soup
Literally,
juice.
the homies there looking at me just where you're sitting, and that shit drops in it. And I look, and I'm like, well, like, I'm just frozen for a second, like,
And this isn't your average
what do
bag
I
of weed.
do? And then the homie's like, he starts laughing a little bit. He's like, bro, did that just happen? And I look, I'm like, yeah, it happened. And I was scared to look, and then I look, and it's just like a fat pile of fucking meat and like
Near the top,
chili
yeah.
on the top. But that shit had gone down to the whole pound, bro. So
What do you do with that? What do you do with it?
hey,
It's
Zoo had
fucked
deals
up.
that day, fool. Like
That shit was sold already?
Hey, no cat, we're about to smoke something in a little bit, but
Oh,
so
man.
end up washing it off. Like that shit takes wetting it up, it's drying it. You can't really see it.
Hey, it still had
So,
white
but check
ass.
this out. So
Still had white ash.
separate it. It's still fucked up. Whatever. There's one big ass pile. It's like probably like 100 grams, 200 grams that hadn't been touched. Okay?
wow.
And so it's out in a bowl right there. My boy, I'm not gonna say his name right now.
You gotta name that weed something else, dog.
He's holding a big ass cherry like of a joint over it, and that shit no lie on Thanksgiving that shit falls onto the pile of weed, and that shit catches fire.
What?
Like Loki, like
Half a pack.
catches fire, and then my dumbass friend goes and starts patting it on it.
No.
Like patting the ash and cherry all up on it. And I just, bro, I couldn't help but laugh a little bit. I was like, damn, like, this is just not meant to be.
You guys fucked that shit up.
And granted, this is like a $6,000 pound of weed, not like, like a cheaper pack. So it's like,
Yeah, RS11.
So the question that I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know: did you smoke it?
oh yeah.
We're smoking it right now.
Oh, we're about to.
Yeah, we're about
Oh,
to
you
Yeah,
put
we're
that,
gonna smoke
that
some.
shit's in that from that
Pass me
right
a
there.
backward.
Yeah, pass them backward. You get some birria 11.
Oh shit!
How do I
I
say
was
it?
looking at the moderate looking ones, but shit. okay.
Birria or is it Birria?
Birria.
Or is
Sure
it-
that this
Hold
is
it up for the
Labrador.
camera.
Goat meat. It's goat meat. It's dope. It's good.
Well, this is
Yeah.
beef.
Goat
Oh,
meat
beef.
OG.
That's fucking Labrador.
This is like a.
How much is in that?
I don't know.
Do you want to hit the super dube?
No, I'm good right here. I'm like already like 5 cookies deep. You know.
Speaking of cookies,
Yeah, man, what'd you do earlier today to Rep Matic? I saw it on the Dr. Green Thumb show. I didn't want to say anything, but I saw you be like, hey, take these cookies. And I was like, when is he gonna say that there's like weed in it? And he doesn't say there's any weed in it. Then fucking Rep Matic just eats them like there's no weed in them.
Yeah, that was a.
That was impressive dosing right there. That was a.
that's better than what we did to C minus.
No, actually no, because we saw it destroy C minus halfway in the middle.
Okay.
I saw it when I walked in.
I mean, Red and I, we go back, and we hadn't seen each other in a minute. So this was kind of like a welcome back, to like, join the party, we're partners. So we did it. And I forgot to say that they were, infused, I guess.
Damn.
I think B-Roll briefly mentioned it, but Rhett did not even hear it.
I think yes.
Yeah, B-Roll's
you're
like,
right.
he's like, oh, there's something milligrams in there. And Rhett was already fucking these are the crunch in his mouth was blocking the noise out.
I think he mentioned, like he said, he was like, yeah, they're not that dosed. And I don't think he heard it.
No, I don't think he heard it either.
Yeah,
and
but
he just
he
went
didn't.
in. I mean, for him to have another one, which I didn't know, so he had like 3.
I had 3, yeah.
But anything that walks in this building is not a low dose. I would
Man,
say.
the fact
I would
that
say this
there's
is very like I don't know if you go to like the regular dispensaries, they don't sell anything over 100 milligrams, and they want you to eat 10%. It
gotta be
literally says,
scared. It could
and you're
be-
supposed to divide that by 10 people. So anything that walks in this room is for a high tolerance. I literally tell anybody, I'm like, eat half of that. Don't even think you can eat.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
It's for experience.
You gotta have your
stoners
guard
only.
up. It could be meth in those cookies. I swear.
Hey, I always have wondered about
Fucking
that,
Nicole's
though, bro,
just
because
sending meth cookies.
one time
I'm
there-
just kidding.
One time there was a I think I saw a news story where somebody was like, I think we talked about it. Somebody made Xanax edibles, and then
Oh yeah, the gummies.
yeah, right, like, and then people had gotten fucking poison out of it because people were starting to fucking nod out and shit. And I'm like, yo, that shit's dangerous. as
Danny
fuck.
gummies?
Bro, I remember the homies one time.
put Xannies
They
in it.
ordered some off the dark web and fucking. These supposed to have like a party in there, but they're popping like a couple. The couple turns to like 10. You know.
Yeah.
I remember they end up coming over to my crib, but they don't even remember the next day. Like,
That's what Xannies do to you. You don't remember shit.
but
That's what they're good for.
gummy bears Xanax, that's fucked up.
Damn.
Yeah, there's no
Scary world
there's
out
no
there
sober
nowadays.
sober desserts in this building unless they're in the fridge and it says like Stater Brothers or Vaughn's on it or some shit.
Did you ever think weed was gonna get here? Like with the dabs and shit. When back in the day, you used to smoke a doobie, you just roll that shit up.
No. I thought that for me, I didn't think it was going to get to concentrate level and they're really taking it to that, fucking 90% so percent of THC and shit. Really like wanting to fuck motherfuckers up, And it's a thing. Like there's people that all they do is dab all fucking day. As much as I would love to, I can't do it.
I've tried it, bro. People think that like that I have that tolerance like that just because I'm like, yo, I actually have shit to do even though I do it high.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to keep active. You have to, and you have to know how to give yourself breaks when you do the dabs. You can't be just stuck on the couch. I mean, you can, but you ain't gonna do shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Now you guys making me want to dab right now.
Have you ever? I mean, was your adventure with like partying? Was it like always just like? Because I have a thing like I'm like if it's safe, I was like if it comes from the ground, it's safe and sound. Like if it's man-made, it's not safe. Like that's the way I.
Concentrate's considered man-made.
No, I'm talking about like just drugs in general. Like I'm like, yo, Bubbles had like a crazy ass like career where like he's been everywhere. So I'm like, he's had his fair share of partying. Like,
Yeah.
Are you more like on the just psychedelic side?
I was always more on the psychedelic side.
So just safe and sound from the ground.
I kept it like that. I did adventure and did some other shit, but mushrooms was my shit. Weed was my shit.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like where I took it. I wasn't really so much into blow or anything like that. Acid, yeah, I did. Microdots.
You said that like you're like, yeah, I've had my fair share.
Yeah, no, the way he said it, he's done it.
I've done it, but
Then DMT?
yeah, I've tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Oh
tried
damn,
that
you're the
too.
first one to actually say because every time they ask that in the other podcasts, they're like, yo, have you tried DMT? I haven't. I actually have an emergency kit. I have
DMT,
I have 3
GHB.
GHB.
That's
Yeah,
the rape.
yeah.
That's the new rape drug.
Damn, dude, what was that like?
That was
you
that
GHB
was-
yourself?
Is in Amsterdam actually with
Yeah.
a couple of homies.
place.
That's where we did it, and it was crazy, man.
Like on a couch or something, or
Well, then
just-
we went walking around and shit like that, and one of the homies laid down on the ground in the middle of the street, fucking in Amsterdam, like.
just took a nap or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man, but shit was
What?
getting fucked up. Yeah, it was fucked up.
Do you remember your trips like on acid? Like, what do you see? Like, what did you see? Because I imagine I remember mushrooms. I can see shit, but like on acid, I've only been on it once.
One time I did acid. It was like during the riots. It was a curfew and shit like that.
Oh, shit.
And so then I was going to USC. So me and my homie was gonna go to my house and we was gonna record some shit, but we were gonna do it on acid. So we dropped some acid over at USC. Then I drove to my house. try to make it to my house before the fucking acid hit.
Oh shit, I've been there.
You know, so I tried to do that shit, and then got into the garage, fucking hooked up shit, and made fucking acid music for the next like 6 hours. I'm playing guitar like on one string and shit like that. I mean, and we recorded it. Whoa.
Didn't like it? No good shit?
No. That shit stays in the vault.
You still have it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow.
dope.
I would,
That's cool.
I would love to
Yeah,
do
good.
acid for my first time and then listen to that.
It was some shit, man. I was doing vocals and everything. I was singing shit.
I felt like I'm always saving acid for like when I'm just bored with life and I'm like in my older years of life, like I'm a senior citizen or retired, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll try acid. And
That's
like,
what I thought too.
I'm
When
like,
I
do-
did it,
do
and it
you
was
s-
awesome.
I wonder, like, because I haven't really. No, I'm gonna light this one up. I always wonder, like, when you do acid and like, because I only fucked around with it one time in a rave. So I'm like, I imagine it's a journey inside your mind. So like, you see whatever is going on in here. So I'm like, if Xavier does acid, does this fool see those fucking tinfoil aliens degrading them like everywhere?
Well, you know,
does he see fucking Pizzagate just waiting for him every time he calls Domino's?
I think it's very, very important in any kind of psychological drug that you got to be with the right fucking people.
Yeah.
And even if that right person is maybe your homie or maybe two other people, but you just can't be with a whole bunch of strangers and do that shit. Because then everybody's aura and vibes and shit come into play.
You gotta be in the right mind state.
And you got to
too.
be in the right mind state, you know. And yeah, so there's a lot of factors that make it, you know, that can make it a good trip or make it a very bad trip, you know. And luckily, I haven't really had bad trips except for like one. But yeah, you're with the right amount of people, man. You can be, you know, you can be analyzing shit. Like I really like analyze like Scooby Doo.
Like you
on
broke it
fucking
down?
acid
Oh my God.
and really fucking broke that shit down. And that's why I realized that Shaggy was a stoner and he was an enabler to fucking Scooby-Doo, you know, his enabler. You know, we were really breaking shit down, like really get heavy with it. But that's acid, man.
You know what I say about acid is you're waiting to hallucinate. You're waiting for this giant trip, but you're already tripping. Like you're already in it.
The anticipation, the trip already
Yeah.
started, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that you're
Like,
in.
You know, it's like any of them. I feel like is really in you where you think like you're in control. You feel me? You drive the boat, DMT, acid, mushrooms. At least for me, you know, you control where your trip goes, whether it's a good one or a bad one. You know.
It's like when I ask myself, am I high? Yeah, if we were asking yourself.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
Yeah, you're high. Yeah, you're high.
Yeah,
Like,
just
am I high? I'm like, yeah, you're high. And if not, you fucking shouldn't be asking yourself that. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
just like that. You know you're high. Like when you ask
You already
yourself.
know, you know, when you start, you know, I mean, a lot of shit, you know, opens up when you're on acid, you know, that fucking third eye, that part of your brain that you don't really use, that shit opens up.
See, that's what I'm scared of, man. I was like, I don't want,
You might have a fucked up head, huh?
well, I mean, like, honestly, like, there's a couple times where I'm like, I don't know, I feel if I would take acid on the wrong day or, like, on a certain day, like, I'm, like, over here, like, I'm gonna be like, oh, shit, we're going down this part of the brain today. Like, this is not cool. This is not the yellow brick road. You know what I mean? Then you know, like, this is...
Say microdose. You just take a small
See,
dose.
I've thought about that. Can you microdose on acid? Can you break a tab of, like, a little
Yeah.
square tab and cut it into 4?
And you cut it in like 10
With an
pieces.
X-Acto knife. Just,
Yeah,
you know.
but
Yeah, 'cause
acid's
you could-
not. That's not how you deal with acid. Acid,
Yeah,
you take the ride. And
Well,
you wait
it
till it's over. That's
You
it.
microdose it.
Shroom, you could do that with shrooms. You could take a little bit, but acid's not something to microdose. Just take it.
Acid is
Exactly.
measured by microns. So, like, you know, if you double dip a tab, it's like 220 microns. Like, you could do... People are microdosing acid and mushrooms.
Like, you know, you don't even have to eat it. You can literally just put it on your skin and your body will absorb it.
Yeah, see, I remember that there's like,
Antics.
is that such a thing that like hippies would fucking the whole headband, they would put the
Yeah.
shit under there?
you can put it in your
Headband,
eyes,
fucking your
too.
eye.
Put it in your eye drop. You've ever
You go
seen that
blind
Big Mensa song where he sits there?
Mensa.
Big Mensa, and he literally
You've
puts
done it from your eyes?
No.
Don't do it. I no one
no.
recommends you
I
do
did it
that.
once,
You can go
twice.
blind. I heard.
You've done it from your eyes?
It's
Yeah.
acid. Why would you put acid in your eye?
Okay, so
Because people tell you at a rave.
what
that's
was
why.
okay? You've
So
done
don't
it twice.
do it when
you,
they
weren't,
ask
I only went to one.
you weren't scared of like of you going blind?
You know, I was
He's already probably high.
already kind of... nah, not really. I wasn't as wise as I am now. I want to do that again, though, probably.
Damn, that's
How did it
It's not the
feel?
smartest thing. I saw some shit on IG that there was some chick in Brazil that put the acid tabs in her eyes.
I thought you were gonna say
The
her
paper?
asshole.
Yeah, so
The
was I.
actual
Yeah, like I
literally was waiting
like
for
I was
that.
waiting for you to be like, she put it in her asshole.
No.
Put in her eye.
She put the shit in her eye as a paper, and then they showed like later how she was at the club,
Gone.
and she was fucking on the ground twitching, fucking
Well, that's
ruin, and the music is going pumping and shit like that, ruining everybody's fucking party because she's over here on the ground twitching, eyes fucking rolling out,
Yeah.
You gotta think that shit hits you a lot quicker because it's so close to your brain.
Yeah.
But then also, like, you gotta know your sources. Like, what if she put just research chemicals in her eye? And it wasn't even LSD.
But
like,
you know what I heard though?
I
I
don't
mean, I don't know if I've told this story, but that show 1,000 Ways to Die. I don't know if you guys seen it. On one of the episodes, I guess this guy was trying to pass some acid through the airport. So what he did is he dipped the shirt and then put it on. And I guess his body all absorbed it, and he OD'd on the airport because he was trying to be slick Rick. Yeah, and he died on the airport. It was one of those ways to die. I'm like, it doesn't sound a really nice way to die. ODing on acid,
No.
tripping balls.
I think I told the story last time. Was,
good way to do
a little container or a vial exploded, and the cap came off. And my hand was just covered in tabs or in water.
Oh,
And I
You?
fucking I was probably,
Yeah, you told
I
me
was
last
like
time.
5-6 days. Yeah, I told you guys last time.
yeah.
like a 5-6
you
day
remember
trip.
that? A vowel.
It wasn't a whole vial,
That's
but
how-
it
The
was,
stain, yeah.
That's how the first acid trip was taken. Some guy was a scientist, and it landed on his hand, and he was on a bicycle, and he was tripping on the bicycle, and he was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And he had a great time, and he was like, "What the fuck?" So it literally landed on his. Razin must know about this.
That's why it's called Bicycle Day. Was it Robert Hoffman or
Yeah,
something like
he
that?
literally. That's how they found out. It was
Leave
an
it to
accident. Full-on
Razdu
accident.
to have the Bill Nye the Science Guy fact on this
Yeah,
shit.
that's straight.
You can't talk about Bill, man. He won't listen to the wave.
Fuck Bill Nye, but Hoffman is the dude. He created acid, spilled it on his hand, and he rode a bicycle around.
Yep.
That's why it's called Bicycle Day. I think that's on fucking 420 as well, or
Yeah.
some shit, right?
Yeah, Razdu dropping facts over there.
Yeah.
Razdu does know his acid. Let me tell you, I have never seen anybody do acid and handle it so well the way Razdu fucking handled it in Vegas when we went out there, man. Like, he has seen me go through a bunch of shit.
You know what's fucked up is that time when I was on acid is that we saw an alien and like I'm like no one's gonna.
Oh, in the mid casino.
But you know
in
what's
the fucking casino, bro.
But you know what's fucked up is I saw the alien and in my head the first thing I thought.
But if you're on acid,
that
you
I-
want to tell me
No,
I want to believe
I
you.
No,
wasn't.
I was on acid.
And
E-Zone wasn't.
and I still saw it, bro.
And in my head, before E-Zone even mentioned it, I was like, is that a fucking alien? That E-Zone's like, yo, is that
I was
an
just
alien?
thinking that. All right, all right.
and
so
I
let
was
me-
like, fuck, it's not the acid.
let me
bro.
tell you what happened.
What
Okay.
casino? What are we talking about?
It was at the
The Wynn?
Yeah,
Is
we
the
were
Wynn?
staying at the Wynn. Me and Razdu where he came along with one of my trap missions out there.
No, we went out there for Cypress Hill concert.
Oh yeah, it was actually we were
it was
partying.
Cypress Hill concert
That's
party
why, That's why
time.
we were like, I'm like, yo, I was like, how come I'm not? I was like, I ordered breakfast, but I can't eat it. I was like, that's how I knew we were already going in.
You on a sick one?
No,
I think I ate your
so
guys'
we- we-
breakfast.
yeah,
he
we
was
were
on a sick
we
one.
were
He can't
going-
eat.
no,
Order
but
food, can't eat on
We
a
were
sick one.
going in and waiting in line, and there's this fucking lady, or what appeared to be a lady, in a group of like 4 other people that like. Bro, but like for a second, me and this one thought like, are we the only ones that notice her head is yay big and her body is like fucking huge?
Her neck was like really long and shit.
No, and
she had a long neck.
and it's like I try to Google. I was before I said anything.
What'd
to
you Google? I gotta know what you
I was
Google.
like
Alien long, alien neck
No,
bitch?
in my head I was like conditions that have a small head. I was like I didn't want to fucking be the asshole and be like I'm not gonna be like, hey fool, that handicapped person I thought was a fucking alien, right? So I Googled that and I was like, there's.
Was there anything?
The only thing that came up was shrunken heads, right? Like the
alien.
the shrunken head shit
the
that they have in
Nazi
Ecuador,
shit,
where they
yeah.
fucking shrink your head and they show your mouth,
Yeah.
that voodoo shit. So, like I fucking started looking at that, and this lady has this fucking like what I imagine like if a carrot came to life.
Wasn't she like 7 feet tall or something?
Yeah, she was tall, but her head was so small, right? And I
Yeah.
thought in my head, I was like, I read a book in the library in like my middle school when I was into aliens, and I was like, she resembles this like drawing.
Because they're
of-
different. Yeah, because there's different
Yeah, there's
aliens.
different
Like,
aliens,
I
right?
did the conspiracy show, and there's different aliens.
And-
There's like the green ones and the tall ones. There's
So this I
dude.
imagine looked like a giant pixie, and like I look at this person and we
Was she
can't
fine?
stop staring.
Would you still fuck?
No, fool, this was scary. Like
I'm just asking. I don't
No,
know.
as a human,
It was-
like basic instinct.
You always gotta make it about that.
yeah, like why you always trying to fuck some other life form, dog? Like,
Oh, I don't know. It's
They're not gonna
exotic.
give you
That's
papers.
real exotic,
You
dog.
fuck-
You fuck a
I'm
starfish.
exotic.
Is,
That's real
bro,
exotic
an
right there.
octopus is exotic. You fucking octopus. Like, fucking,
Hey, bro. So we dead ass like I'm looking at her and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be ballsy and tell Brass dude like maybe he sees it and I was like maybe I'm tripping. I look at him and he's like I just thought the same thing and then like we freak out kind of so we like let's just go fucking eat and then let's try to avoid go back to the room and just like we
I
pretend.
think this was right after we were done eating.
Yeah.
We were done eating, and then we were leaving, and I ate the acid at breakfast. Like I met them at the restaurant. I think they're like, meet me
drove
here.
at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then you got there at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
literally, and just to see an alien.
And you did acid in the morning?
in
Yeah,
the
did
casino.
acid at like 10 a.m. at breakfast. We were sitting down like, yeah, let me get some breakfast.
And he ate everything, bro. Like I'm talking about, I was like, how can you eat? Like just ate like he
was
ordered
like-
3 eggs Benedict. I was like, from what I
Yeah,
remember,
because he wasn't partying like you were.
no, I still ate my food. I'm gonna fucking eat my $36
I think I
food.
ate
Like,
your
whether
I
I'm-
ate your food for you.
That
To
shit
be
ain't
honest.
cheap out there.
Yeah, no, I was like, even though I didn't have the appetite, I was like, you're gonna eat this, body. I was like, we need this.
I've been there when you pay for food and you're like, I'm not hungry, but I just paid a
There's
lot
an
of money
episode-
for this
there's an
food, and
episode of
something's
High-
got to go down before
Yeah,
I
I've seen
leave.
it. I've seen it happen.
There's a High and Hungry episode out there in Vegas that you could straight out see that I'm like, why are we reviewing ice cream at 3 a.m. in the Flamingo Casino?
You were
Like,
like,
just go back
Yeah,
and
no,
keep
no.
partying.
You can tell like I'm not enjoying it. I'm like,
you wanted to quit High and Hungry at that point. You're like, what the fuck am I doing High and Hungry for?
because the food took forever to get there. So like we're like, well, fuck it. It says it's 2 hours. So I was like, we'll just do coke the first hour, and then the second hour it'll be come down. But like that's not how cocaine works
you
because
don't
like you want to do more.
More and more.
But yeah, back to the alien thing. Like me and him freaked out kind of, and we never saw that lady again.
It
And
made
I
me
remember
uncomfortable.
It did make me uncomfortable because I kind of locked eyes with this person or this being, and like I looked back down, like she kind of gave me this look, like yeah, you better not say shit type shit. I was like, yo man, this is an evil looking carrot thing or whatever. Like,
What if we just started pointing and be like, it's a fucking alien, everybody? Like,
see, I don't know.
Like, what do you think would have happened?
For a second, I thought that me and him were the only ones
They
that
would
saw
have
her
thought you
like
guys were
that.
on acid. Is exactly what they would
No,
have thought.
everybody in the security would have tackled that bitch and fucking then they would have been in Area 51 the next day, I think.
But we believe in aliens.
We saw that shit.
Did these fools see aliens?
I think alien life forms are real. You know, I don't know if one of you are an alien in this room, but you know.
I mean, what would you do, bro? Like, if you came across, first of all, let's start with Bobo. This has got to be interesting. Bobo, if you came across an alien, let's just say E.T., kind of like, what would you do? Like an E.T. looking motherfucker. Like, he's friendly. He can give you M&Ms or whatever the fuck he eats.
What would I do? I mean, like, as far as would I want to fuck him up? Would I?
Yeah,
take care of him?
like
You know, I kind of think I'd fuck with him.
Put him in a band.
Oh, for sure.
I think I'd fuck with him.
you teach him the trumpet?
That'd
Some
be
bongos?
something. I mean, because if I was cool with him, he was cool, and then he'd start showing me like all his space tricks and all his like alien tricks. Yeah, I'd fuck with him.
See, I like that you're optimistic about it because every time I mention that, like, I'm like, okay, like, if I came across an ET motherfucker, like, when I saw ET bring that flower to life, like, I would go take him to, like, Kenji's grow and be like, look, fool, like, I have this thing in my car. like
So you're looking at the big picture.
Yeah,
You're
like,
looking at
like,
a
I
whole
would be
different-
like,
you're
look,
looking
like,
at a money grab. You're
Yeah.
you're using ET, dog. ET would leave
like,
you, dog.
bro,
ET's
no, like,
not here to grow
'cause
weed.
think about it, he
Foul.
has to be here for something, bro. So, like, what do you think he's gonna be here for?
Purpose?
Yeah, like, no, I mean, he has to be here. They want something from us. So, like, if the alien came to me and said, hey, do you know where we can get gold? I'd be like, look, fool, there's a pawn shop up in my street. Like, these fools have guns. They might shoot you. So, like, you have to go ahead and, like, come in with whatever alien shit you got. I'll help you out with it, but you gotta do this for my grow room.
You gotta
Like,
assume,
you know, like-
assume that this guy, like this ET, would know like so much more than what we know here on Earth. Why would you not want to fuck with him?
I don't know. The ones
You
in Disney movies just be stupid and friendly.
Disney's not realistic, though, man.
That's what I'm
like,
saying. E.T.
E.T. was
even-
pretty good because I would imagine there's good aliens or bad aliens.
E.T. was just
It'd be more
chilling.
like coneheads.
I would freak out. I would not like
Coneheads was tight.
I would not like a conehead. Like,
Motherfuckers just had the American dream in mind, and you know what I mean?
hey, bro, when as a kid, they scared the fuck out of
yeah,
me,
you
bro.
thought it was a horror
I never
movie.
watched that.
No,
shit.
I never watched that shit because it scared the fuck out of me, bro. Like, honestly, when I saw Coneheads, every time I fucking was home alone, I pictured that whole family walking through my front door and, like, taking me.
Coneheads
Like, I
is dope,
fucking
dog.
freaked
Coneheads was
Yeah,
super
like-
tight because that fool could like fix anything, and he was like Inspector Gadget basically. We was a weirdo.
They had a kid.
It was
they went
Dan
to school.
Aykroyd. How do you say his name? Dan Ackerman or
Dan Aykroyd.
Aykroyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he killed that shit.
Yeah.
That's one of those iconic like roles. Like you're just gonna know him.
That
for
would be
that.
pretty fucked
Now,
up.
look at your
if-
hat. You got ET on your hat.
I mean, yeah. By the way, Phone Homie gave me this hat a long time ago. Everybody's good. Everybody's fucking giving compliments on this hat, but it is a nice hat. I
You brought
reconnected
that in
with
there
it.
on purpose, so acting like, oh.
But
talking about
how
ET
do you not
wearing
know that
hat.
because it's representing an ET? That it just subliminally got in
It
the.
could have.
Hey, you saw those socks from Ross?
Yeah, I
that
did. Hey, your mom
mom's
got
got
me?
me. She
Yeah.
said she's not white, dog.
Your mom
Come
got you
on.
those socks?
No, she got
She
him
got
some
for me.
socks
You
from
see the
Ross.
socks?
His mom got you socks?
Yeah.
From Ross, because she was like, I heard she's.
Your mom is definitely
She be
white. That's
watching
like
the
a white
clips.
mom thing. Like, I'm gonna get your
She
friend
be
a gift.
nah, it's Egyptian. You
see,
just
you
don't
Oh,
ruined
know
it.
that.
See, you ruined
Hey, come on,
it.
no, hold on.
Wait, is it time?
ruined
Hold on, it is the time.
It
Come
is
on, let me
time.
get a drum roll. Come on. It's the fucking question of the day that we ask every fucking guest. There's no right or wrong answer, Bobo.
No.
All right.
You're good, Bobo. It's a safe place.
All right.
If you had to put Buddy on it and just take a guess, do you think Cairo's mom is white?
Do I think Cairo's mom is white?
Look how light skinned he is. He wears dreads.
You know, I would say, like, what about South African?
Nope.
South African white.
It's close though.
Like Drake white.
Nah.
See, like,
No.
Both my parents are from Egypt.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So I'm like full Egyptian. It was just like, I was born and raised out here and I have a computer tan. I don't go outside in the sun too much.
Well, man, I have an alarm. that does the fucking prayer.
Oh yeah.
I got that from Egypt.
See, that's one of those things that
I went to Cairo. I went to Cairo. I was
You have
at
pictures
Cairo.
of that?
Bobo,
I gotta cross-reference our pictures.
see, that's how you know Bobo is like hella culture, bro. He's been to Egypt.
Hell yeah.
And he was
they
like,
got good hash and fucking like it's one of the world's biggest attractions.
he could
like,
fucking tell right away. He was like, I've seen a couple tones in my life, and like I like.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I got fucking suit made out there. I was there. I went there with fucking MCA, BC Boys. Rest in peace, man. We finished our tour. And me, him, Mario C, we just flew to fucking Cairo. Stayed there fucking at the Hilton right on the Nile River.
Yep.
Was there for like 5 days. Saw some crazy shit, man.
What'd you see?
Well, man, went to a movie theater, was watching a movie.
Camel fights?
Man, there was fucking 2 fights up in that motherfucker inside the theater. and
Oh,
shit
yeah.
like
What?
that.
People fight like just.
They were fighting.
They're
The movie-
aggressive.
yeah,
About what?
motherfucking, man, I don't know.
Egyptian people are just very aggressive.
middle of the
I
movie?
didn't
They're probably
understand
being
what
loud.
the fuck was going on, but all I know is that
Don't
there
you
was a
fucking
fight
talk
right
about
there.
King Tut like that, bitch.
Man, I don't know.
What
could have
movie?
involved somebody's woman or something like that, but there was a fight in there, and I had my video camera, and I was videotaping the shit so you can hear the fucking commotion.
I could translate that.
Hey, instead of cars, there's a
Alright.
bunch of magic carpets in the front of the bar.
So went into fucking temples, went into all this kind of shit. Got a fucking drum from out there on Muhammad Ali Street.
What?
Yep.
I got you, man. I was all that shit, man.
You
All
got
that
you
shit.
got to definitely show me some of that stuff.
I got that shit. I got fucking
Thanksgiving,
footage.
I was going over the old family pictures and like all these extra pictures of me and my sister and my mom and my dad in Egypt. I really did get to go and
Hey,
like,
you been inside the pyramids?
yeah, I got to like live out there for like a month. And,
You
like,
met
with
Scorpion
family.
King?
You know, the crazy thing is, my dad didn't reveal to me he was the Scorpion King, but everybody was saying my family was like,
Scorpion King smoke shop.
nah, smoke shot in Egypt.
we got.
Man, you know what? When I was out there,
Pablo just losing it.
I was out there, and some little kid came up to me and shit like that, and said something to me in Egyptian in the language, and I looked at him like I don't understand, and he looked at me like with so much disappointment.
Cause you
'Cause
look
he
like
probably-
you could be
yeah,
Egyptian,
like-
dog. You look like my uncles, bro. Like you for
so
sure
there was-
could be Uncle Bobo.
So there was a lot of people that would come, little kids, and they would come up talking to me and shit. I'm like, yo, I don't know, and they'd be like pissed off at me, man. I was like, I don't know, well, show me a couple of words.
That's
or some
kind of
shit,
like
you know what I mean?
It's kind of like the same shit. Like when my mom came from Egypt, she ended up going to like high school in Pomona.
Hey, do the police
people-
out there have swords like Aladdin?
Yes, and then
Fuck that, they got carpets.
she came to school from Egypt to Pomona, and everyone thought she looked Hispanic, and that she would speak Spanish, and they would get mad at her all the time. She don't even speak English, so when she would respond with Arabic, people would be like, how are you not speaking Spanish?
Yeah.
What did I miss with you? You just got like 18 more Egyptians.
No, like I was just dying about it. I was like, yo, I imagine if you get in trouble, they just chase you with the fucking sword again, bro.
Yeah.
Every time I
Like
beat
when
him in
Aladdin stole,
FIFA,
bro, I was like, damn.
every time
fool.
I'm whipping his ass in FIFA, he's like, fuck you and your band of Aladdin team. Because I play with Team Egypt just to beat him.
Fuck, man.
You know what really sucks? I just saw it in the chat. Like, I don't know how Egypt got this, but like, why is it bumfuck Egypt? Like, when you're trying to talk
it's
about
fucking nowhere,
like
dog.
you're talking about a long distance. Like, how far is the drive, man? It's all the way in bumfuck Egypt. Like, out of all the countries in the world, I just like really don't know how Egypt got that stamp.
That's a true statement because I don't know why they would say well bumfuck Egypt. They could say well bumfuck Africa, but
They could have said anything. There's so many countries, and Egypt won the lottery of bumfucks.
How far is the pyramids from a city?
Yeah.
It's a little drive.
See, that's what I would think. I'm talking about Egypt as a person that's never been there. I'm talking about the pyramids. So my thing is like, how far is the pyramids from a city? So I was like, bumfuck Egypt.
It's not really far at all, dog.
really
The
far.
city is connected to it.
Oh, they're connected to it?
Yeah, it's well guarded and everything and preserved, but like there's a city like LA, like next
Like LA
to it.
is like, so the pyramid, because when you see a picture of the pyramids, it
there's
looks
an
like
aerial
there's
shot.
nothing there, right?
We don't have the screen on over here. We have the chat, but like I'll show you when we take a break.
You know what I mean,
But it's
though?
definitely like it's out there.
It's
and
a little
shit.
bit out there.
But I tell you though, man, the one thing I did not like is that man, the motherfuckers be getting their hustle on out there, man.
What do you mean?
Egyptians are savages, dog.
Man,
We're
hustling
salesmen.
Americans. They're hustling Americans.
We are salesmen, dog. We are salesmen.
Buy this, buy that, get on the camel, take a picture with the camel, do all this kind of shit. It's like, yo,
How much they're charging you to get a picture
man,
with the camel?
shit.
That's where you
I
go
forget,
anywhere,
man.
but Egyptians are like aggressive.
They're on their shit, man. They're on their shit, so it makes it like, man, can I just like chill in that, like, check this out? But nah, they up on it.
That's where a lot of the money comes from, because like
It's tourist shit. Yeah, it's tourist shit.
you know the
dude.
dollar out there is like $18, like or like it's like one of our dollars is like $18 out there.
Is
So it's
Aladdin
like-
a real thing out there?
Is Aladdin?
I don't really even think Aladdin from Disney was in Egypt. dog.
He fucking flew by the shit they bombed and blew the
It's not
nose off of.
Egypt.
He's Egyptian, bro.
It's not Egypt, right?
Well, it's 100%
It's Arabian Nights, man. So probably somewhere in
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi
Dude, I
Arabia,
know.
Okay.
Arabian Sea.
Okay, now answer me this: how come Egyptian people don't consider themselves African?
Bro, that's like what I always say. Like
we fight over this every time.
Okay, no, but wait up,
It's in Africa.
Bobo.
Yeah.
He only considers himself black when we talk about his dick.
That's what he
At
thinks.
that point, he's like, oh, he forgets he's Egyptian.
That's
Because
what
we
he-
call him
yeah.
black, and he's always like,
That
oh, no, I'm
Scante-
Egyptian.
that Scante
But
hit-
then we talk about
No, this is very true. I
Then
can
we're like,
they're not
well,
gonna
what
take
about your
this.
dick? He's like, well, right there I'm black. And I'm like,
I
oh,
don't
you
say
pick when
that.
you want to be
There's
black.
no quote of this.
Sphinx?
Yeah, so can you explain to us? Can you explain to us when you
This fool
decide
just
to be black?
generated a quote out of nowhere, but like, no, it is Africa, but like it's
the
Middle
cops
Eastern
not gonna
country.
check you before he arrests you, bro.
That's why I said this to you too. I get pulled over for looking black and then out the car because of my name, my government name.
First of
Like,
all,
you
who
know?
pulls you over, bro? If I was
Police.
a cop, I wouldn't pull you over. Like, I'd be like, look, bro. I was like, I ain't pulling over.
That's why I have no
Andre.
tints on my shit now, though. Like I drive around like hella, like I guess I say open, but yeah, no. Basically, yeah, it's a Middle Eastern country, but it's in Africa. So like to me, it's like the
So
country.
you speak?
Arabic, yeah.
You speak
I
Arabic?
speak Arabic, English, and then I grew up in like a Hispanic.
How come you never
area.
speak
I would-
Arabic
I would
on the
like to have
show,
a
dude?
show
Like,
where like, I
dog,
walk
we're
into
gonna
the shop to
speak
see what they say
Arabic.
about me.
Yalla.
Just yalla, he's like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yalla,
Like,
teach us Habibi, Habibi.
baby, sweetheart.
Then you can answer me this,
I dated a
and I
couple
don't
men.
mean, and I don't want to offend anybody out there, but
You
I
won't.
just need to know this because I have my own thoughts about it. But when Arabic or Iranian or Middle Eastern people, they say, la, 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 la. What does that mean? Does that mean
Oh, like
for
the
me?
intro to, like-
for me, like if I hear that shit, I'm ducking, I'm finding some
Hold on, I
shit.
got a perfect
Yo,
example.
Yo,
Xavier.
he was so hyped about the band, the Elephants on Acid fucking intro.
He really
He was
remembers
the
this.
only motherfucker who hit me up and said, "Do you know what he's saying, bro? I can't believe this is Egyptian cosign." And I was like, "How do you understand this?" Like,
I was hella high, waking bacon. I just saw there was a new song, and then like it's all in Arabic and it's Egyptian like Arabic. So I was like, oh damn, like I understand this shit. And they're talking about smoking hash and like I need the weed. I was like, but it sounds like a morning call. Like you know what it sounds like the morning prayer.
Exactly.
So I was in there. I did hit him up. I was tripping. I'm like, oh my god, like we got a victory.
You know how to make that noise?
You know what I can compare it to? I can't do it. I really can't.
If Xavier knows how to make the grito,
that's what I was gonna say. That's what it's compared to. That's our version of.
The ha 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 ha. That
was weak, bro.
That was weak. Well, I don't have no Mexican music, and I don't have a tequila shot.
All right, when I was staying in Texas with my girl, right next to it was like an Islamic, temple, and shit like that.
They're all
And
listening
then,
to Elephants on Acid.
and then you actually saw the women that were all covered up, like all in black, all covered up, where the husbands would be like in shorts and short sleeve shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of fucked up. But I always wondered, man, if I just like yelled out, it would everybody come like
They're
running
most
out
likely,
and like fucking like
most
disperse and
likely
shit
they're
like
not
that.
going to be hyped about it. Like most likely they're not.
They would not be impressed.
But I think that you look Arab enough to them. Like if you were around the mosque and you did that, they'd be like, "Why is this fool like cooning out right now? Like what is his problem? Like why is he making that noise?"
Okay.
It's like one of those things that like they would assume you're one of them. They're like, "What? Like, what's wrong with you today?" Like.
Man, but what if I did the shit like if I was running? You know what I mean? I was like running.
I'm saying, if I heard that
something
shit, like if I was in a farmer's market and I heard somebody yell that shit out,
dropping
bro,
down.
I'm fucking running, bro.
Yeah.
Like you just can't
what I'm
do
saying.
that. You can't do that
That is
shit
what
anywhere.
I'm saying. It's like,
If I hear a
man,
hood whistle, like anywhere I'm at, anywhere, if I hear a hood whistle, like I freak the fuck out. I'm like,
Or
oh,
a
shit's
call?
going down.
Have you
How about
seen
the
that
call?
break on YouTube?
Shit's going down.
How about that call when like George says he walks down, he used to go call like
No,
that.
that's really the
That
whistle.
exhibit noise.
Yeah, that exhibit noise. He's like if you hear that, you know someone just calling out for someone from the hood, telling you
The
someone. here from
whistle is the
hood.
one where I knew shit's about to get active.
you see, like if you hear like the Mexican like yell the
grito.
that
Yeah.
grito right there.
That's just partying. Shots.
Yeah, that's partying. That's shots. There's nothing to be afraid of right
That's
there.
really what it is. When
Like
you
if
get
I go
the
to Mexico and I hear somebody make that noise, I'm like, that fool knows where to get good coke. I was like, for sure. Like,
That fool's
Like,
got
if
the
I-
coke.
like-
That fool's got the coke for sure.
yeah, like I'll be like, that fool steal.
Yep.
I was like, if he ain't been shot yet,
Yeah.
he has it, bro.
No, but yeah, it's the turn up. Like when you see Arab fools that eat, especially like if you go to like Habibi Cafe or some shit, dog, and like you're gonna hear the music, they're gonna start doing. It's like it's just them popping off.
Okay, popping off and shit.
Like,
I know
Yeah.
this
What do white people
turn
do?
up.
What do white people do?
What do you mean?
Like, do they have a call? Do they have a call like that?
Well,
I was just
they
asking.
kick everybody out, bro.
They have the I don't want to be offensive to like Southern people, but they have the fucking cowboy like fucking
Yeehaw. What?
yeehaw, yeah.
When the fuck?
We can call
So-
culture.
No one goes yeehaw.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what else do white people
That was
have?
real racist.
Yeah.
That was real racist. You knew it was racist because you're like, I don't know.
American culture internationally, they think cowboys and shit. So that was like the
They
first thing I
call it.
thought.
It's like the only people that I hear that use yeehaw or Yankee are like Asian people. Like they only speak like like just like predominantly their language. So like they look at it as like they still call Americans Yankee. You know what I mean? Like if somebody still refers to you being American as a Yankee,
Hey, white
I'm
people,
like, okay.
white people discriminate on white people with like Southern accents. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that's like how like the only time I've ever seen white people hate on other white people is when it's like some redneck shit. Like another white people hate
Like
that
when they sound
image.
like they hunt alligators, they're like, oh.
Yeah, like the bougie snobby Caucasian person is gonna be like, that's a bad representation of our culture and
Like,
shit.
who are those ones?
They like
the
the-
duck hunters,
maybe
the
it's
duck hunter
real.
dudes.
Maybe it's
Duck
the real
Dynasty.
shit. You
Duck
know what I mean?
Dynasty.
That's what I'm saying. That's like
I'll
that's
tell you what.
yeah.
Tell you
I'll
what.
tell you what.
I think
I wonder if there was like white people who saw King of the Hill and like
I think
got
that's
pissed.
why. I think that's
and
why
got
low
pissed.
key like they probably would never bring it back because there was a lot
have
of people
to.
that probably. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even to this day, I still watch that show because it's just so real.
It wasn't even that redneck, fool. They didn't live in
bro,
a trailer.
I
They
mean-
didn't live in a trailer park.
No, bro, that shit depicted white people on a whole different way because like if you're used to like in the Hollywood shit, you look at it as like oh shit.
Boomhauer.
Yeah, that's why I said boom.
And they gave you 4 representations. You had that
drink all
fucking
day.
low self-esteem ex fucking army fool, which is Bill. You had the conspiracy nut cigarette fool, fucking Dale.
Yeah.
You had Hank, who was an all-American. I just want to get married and have my kid and be a football superstar.
Damn it, Bobby.
And then Boomhauer, which is like the player white boy.
Okay, but you know Boomhauer. You know how you hear him talk.
He's
Do
southern.
you ever understand that?
I do.
No.
Okay,
Well-
you don't. Okay, I had a white girlfriend, super white. Her dad was a border patrol agent.
How white?
Her dad was a border patrol agent.
How white?
How much whiter, dog?
trip on
Border
this, though.
patrol
Trip on
agent
this,
dad,
bro.
dog.
T-shirt
Hey,
white or
this
was
was-
like
this-
super white?
This
Super
was
white,
dating
like-
this was dating a white girl as a Mexican, and he
Yeah, dude. Like she would. Hitler would have wanted to date her. That's how white she was. Full blue eye, blonde hair. Like, she's perfect, dog. Perfect. But, like, she understood him.
Yeah.
I would, like, what are you talking about? And I'd play him, and she's like, if you listen to it, you can hear it. And I would repeat that. And she'd name it, and she was like, can anyone do the Boomhauer noise? Like, the way he talks?
Something I'm talking about, you know what I mean, coming down in my car and, you
It's
know.
like-
Yes,
fucking
he
Dale.
said, do you know what I mean? But she would catch it on point. And I was like, you know what he said? And I was like, oh, yeah. You know, and to me, when I was a kid, I was like in high school, I was like, bro, this is gibberish.
Remember the dude in Waterboy?
It's not gibberish. He's literally saying something. You just literally got to slow it down. And people talk like that straight in the South, like straight in the South. They talk like that.
If somebody came, like I ain't gonna lie, like I like when I was going to these sessions and I was out there meeting like fools that were coming from overseas, I would have fools that I would do business with, and they're like British fools. I swear to God, I thought they were gonna get frustrated with me because they would tell me shit. And I would ask them to repeat it 3 times because I would not understand what the fuck they are saying, bro. Like, some languages you cannot, like, it's not languages, it's accent. It's like if I met somebody that talked like Boomhauer, I just could not hear it. Or like some British foods, like, you hear it and I'm just like, yo, like, what the fuck did you just say, bro? Like, I do not know what is that.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like that with people from, like, Scotland. Or, you know.
Oh, the Irish accent?
Oh, man, and the Scottish accent, all that shit. And they were, like, eating their words like a motherfucker, you know. You know, and it sounded like that. And you, like, have to say, like, a few times, like, what? Can you speak slowly, please? Like, you know, I mean, it happens, bro.
You've been all over the world, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to make sure, bro.
What's hottest woman? Or like, what do you think?
Wow. You
America?
No.
Not specific, just for
See?
me.
No.
I mean, there's
Everywhere is beautiful women, but I'm asking when you looked around and you were like, holy crap, they're everywhere.
You know, Mexico, Latin America,
Yeah.
I think Latina, you know, for me. European, there's beautiful, you know, women there, you know, and shit like that. But, you know, for me, you know, I'm happy where I'm at. I got a good one. So
Latina?
yeah.
See, that's why he likes South America.
I got that
There we
Latina
go.
right there, you know, Mexicana. Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah, we're about to hit the top of the hour. You want to do a little intermission?
Yeah,
we
just want to do
we
fucking.
could do that.
Hell yeah, I want to set that shit up.
What? Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know.
5 minutes of high and hungry bloopers. How about that? We play some bloopers for you.
Are we gonna go in on it right now? All right, and then we gonna come back with it. All right.
Yeah, we'll play a couple bloopers for these guys.
Can you mute our mics though?
All right, cool. We'll be
Yeah,
right
dude,
back
we
after
always
this
mute
quick
the mic.
message. Don't go anywhere. It's literally gonna be a little quick piss break. You know what?
Hit that like button.
Yeah, and hit that like button, and we'll be back in less than a minute, just so everybody can go and take a piss, and then we'll be right back. And we're gonna be doing something.
Yeah, we got
crazy.
mystery boxes and giveaways.
Nobody's
coming up
done
after.
any of the mystery boxes today. What the fuck's going on, man? I was like, but you know what? I get it. You guys have been going ham. It's the first week of the month, but just letting you guys know that we're still gonna be going in.
And we'll bring up those products.
The
when we
holiday
get back.
special has been pushed back another week, so you know what I'm saying? You guys need to step it the fuck up. We'll be back after this, all right? I swear to God, if I see one more fucking flyer for that movie, A Star Is Born, I'm gonna lose that shit, man. Stupidest movie ever. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Fucking hate that stupid trailer. Hits on her nose. What kind of fucking asshole does that? Yeah, bro. So we're fucking headed to this place called Dave's Hot Chicken.
Turn left.
It's a spot you ain't never heard of, but I always like to go ahead and experience it for myself and share that experience with you guys. So my special guest for today is Jerry K. Yep, Jerry, or like as he like to introduce himself, is like this is, if you ever meet him in a professional setting, this is how he introduces himself. Hey, how you doing, man? My name is Jerry Krasicki. That's how he'll always introduce his name. But you'll see him when we get to the episode. God damn it,
In
I
half a
fucking dropped my car
mile,
cap.
turn right.
I'm rolling.
Yeah, this is the great thing about the Puffco Peaks, that you could just heat it up without a torch. You know, just like couscous, you gotta do it twice. So I got 2 peaks. You know. Anyways, yeah. So today my special guest is Jerry K, aka Jerry Krasicki, and he kind of talks like this, man. We're gonna build this appetite. Drive safe, your speed. The thing is, like, the older I get, and I'm not fucking old like some of you, like, you know, I'm not old. Like, at least some of you motherfuckers be like, you're not old, this isn't that. Like, yo, man, you got it. Like, the moment you start getting closer to your 30s, your stomach starts fucking
rejecting certain foods. Like, nah, motherfucker, we can't eat all that hot sauce, my nigga. You know, like, nah, we can't. Like, yo, my dude, we can't eat all this fucking condimented food and shit. So I really don't know what to expect this time. You know, it's called Dave's Hot Chicken. I don't want to try anything crazy spicy. It's gonna have my stomach, you know, in flames. But I do love some good spicy food. To an extent. I don't like fucking habanero type shit. This place is on my list soon. El Cholo. I've been going there since I was a kid. That was the first place I ever played Pac-Man in the little versus somebody in the little table by the bar. I didn't know that was a bar, but I remember while I'm getting a pina colada or my dad or some shit. And yeah, it was that's on my list. But yeah, today is Dave's Hot Chicken with Jerry K. And he's gonna be like kind of like my tour guide, cause this, like, yo, if there's any motherfuckers that I know that his age that can eat as much fast food as he does, this is the guy right here. And I don't mean just like fast food. When I say fast food, I say Chick-fil-A. This motherfucker is made out of Chick-fil-A. Like, for real, like, I swear to God, bro, this guy eats so much fucking Chick-fil-A. But I guess it's just like a chicken thing, man, cause
it's a southern thing.
Yeah, it's a southern thing, because he's like, if he's not eating Chick-fil-A, you know, he's like, yo, I gotta invite you, man, to Dave's Hot Chicken, man. I did some good chicken, man. I'll tell you what.
Send it to the hospital.
27.
We got the ambulance outside, so it's fine.
Yeah, if you guys need milk, we got some on deck. So.
All right.
I'll take the honey.
Man, I'm a little scared, but I'm scared.
Kind of like whipping.
He's whipping it like crumble and shit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I wanted the mild one. I'm gonna split this one in half. This is the regular one, and I'm probably like ready. If you want to fuck this one up, but I'm only gonna take
do
the
the regular.
And then,
I'm not lying. I'm nervous as fuck because this one you can't even touch it because it goes right through your system.
the term "the drip" it's very rare that I apply it to food. But fuck, dude. All right, so we're back here on the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast.
Smoke the same.
And yo, man, let me tell you, this is why we're the most lit show out here on the podcast network,
What are you guys
bro.
doing? Just having a good old time.
I'm not gonna lie though, like I looked at my history. And when I had Shikadelic, aka RIP for him growing up. He's still alive, but like he grew up.
Hey, congrats to him. He's got a
And
child.
congrats for having a
has a
Shikadelic
kid?
baby.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? He had a baby, but
Yeah,
You know, the
he
one
named it
thing-
after Ross Dude.
the last time he named him after you?
RossDude.com.
No, he did. Shut the fuck up. Hey, so
Not Philip.
look, man, like about when I was doing this shit with Shiki for like 4 years after Kiero got suspended.
Stop saying that.
Why not?
Why, bro?
Hey, what'd you get
Hey,
suspended
am I
for
lying? Yeah,
anyways? I want to know.
That's true.
Technically you got fired. But since you came back, we taking it from fired to suspended. So if anything, it's a
There's been
plus.
some changes.
Well, no,
There's
he
been
got
some things.
like kicked
Okay.
out. It wasn't really fired. It was like it was like, yo, you
Oh,
shouldn't
you
come
weren't even
around
getting
here.
paid, so
No,
you
no,
weren't
no.
fired. My
It was
bad.
like, you shouldn't come around here for a little bit. You should
So he
chill
got-
out.
He got fired, right? He ended up getting kicked out, and it was me and Shikadelic holding it down. And there was one time, bro, where Pedro brought a NOS tank in here, and it was me, Damon
I was
Heller,
there.
Ras Dude,
That was the first time I did
two other
NOS.
people, and Shikadelic, and we're all fucking getting down. We're just like, yo, what's up, and all this shit. And in the middle of it, Mousy and Kenji walks in. And we're all yelling. I remember Damon yelling, fill up my balloon. Come on. Give Raul a balloon. Yelling it, right? And they stare at us, and we're just like, and we're like, dude, we're about to all get fired. This is not fucked up. So what do? They ask us for one, bro. And they fucking party with us. And it's been like 2-3 years since we had this fucking party going on. So I figured it's the holidays. It's COVID. What else can we do? And by the way, to all the people out there, we all have our own balloon, bitches. Have you ever done that, Bobo?
Well, Skinny doesn't.
Yeah, you know, I used to
Hold on. Have you ever done Nas, Bobo?
Yeah, I've done this. I remember when I was recording with the Black Crows.
Ooh, that's hard.
That there was one of the rooms, one of the isolation rooms, was all boxes of fucking Whippets.
Whippets.
The little tanks, right?
The little tanks and stuff like that. And then there will be parties that they got the fucking big tanks and mushrooms and all of that shit. The real rock and roll shit. And yeah.
That's that Steve-O shit, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, Whippets, fool. We used to they sell that shit at Ziggy's. They sell this shit.
Okay, so
it's supposed to be for like, isn't it supposed to be for like to put shit on cakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Like you're supposed to like put the whipped cream on it, and that's supposed to throw the whipped cream out.
After you guys make all your assumptions, Zoo, break down the real.
Also, I want to point this out, Ray. I know, aka Morning Shot. I know that you're watching this. Because we're doing Nas, please send me the picture of this infamous picture of. Okay, I'm gonna let this story be known. I can't believe that I forgot about this. So Pedro was the first person to bring the Nas tank, and he was so cool at nosing it that we were going ham that he had almost passed out like in the couch, and somebody took a picture of him, right?
Pretty good.
Kind of like him. And this picture is my fucking phone call. Like, it's my picture when he calls me till this day. Ray, send me this picture right now. We're gonna show it on air. This is the anniversary fucking picture of Pedro. This is Pedro as a baby, and he's knocked out on the couch. This picture is so funny, bro.
Oh.
To this day,
I
To
remember.
this day, this shit is fucking crazy, bro. Like, it's like.
Honestly, I did not see Pedro smile like I've ever seen him smile till today.
You know what though? It's because I think like, here's the thing though, bro. Like, all right, but how did you get introduced to Nas? Was it through Whippets?
Through Whippets.
Okay, so like
White
our
chick?
generation.
White chick?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like in
definitely,
regards to Xavier, myself, and maybe Kiero, because yeah, for sure you're from the IE, so for sure you had flyer parties.
Now,
So,
I never went to
He
those.
probably knew the tire shop that had it, but we were custody like.
yeah, we used to pick it up at a tire shop.
Look, so like we got introduced to it through fucking flyer parties, and I used to be from a flyer party crew or a party crew, and then I know this was look at his haircut. For sure he was from a flyer party crew. Everybody was from a crew, and 3 for 5 used to be the shit. This is how we got introduced to this shit,
Yeah,
bro.
you used to go like it was Friday night and you get a flyer and it's tell you like, oh, whoop de whoop, party here, $20 a
3 for
tank.
5, 3 for
Yeah,
5.
so you used to go fill up your tank like this, just like this. You used to go with like a homies. You used to go fill up the tank. Everybody put in $20, cause like $100 to fill up the tank, and everyone puts in
That shit was
$20.
cheap, dog.
And usually in Paris, where I lived in the IE, you go do this at a tire shop because it's supposed to go in cars,
Right.
technically.
And you used to make the Paisas
Well,
Christmas,
wait up. Okay,
bro.
so wait up. So let me. I know what he's gonna. The shit isn't supposed to be for cars. The one he's got, but the one we picked up, we literally picked up at a tire shop.
Yeah,
and
he got the dentist blood.
Yeah, and we'd go and drop. Everybody would drop $20. We'd fill it up, and then you'd go to this party. And at the front of the party, there'd always be some security type dude.
Dentista.
Yeah, and you'd go in there and be like, "Hey, I'm trying to bring a tank in here." And he was like, "All right, $20." And then you'd walk in with your tank with a bunch of balloons, and then sell it to people at the party.
Oh man, you come
So
up.
it was a come up. It was a hustle. So you'd have a tank, and then you'd just be like 2 for 5. You'd walk around with your tank and tell everybody 2 for 5, 2 for 5,
have a
and then you
big
get
homie.
girls coming. It was like a hustle.
Yeah.
And then you'd run out, and then you'd mob it back to the tire shop. This thing was only open till 2, so they knew what's up. And you go back to the tire shop, and you always made it before 2 because you needed to reload. And then you went back to the party, and then. You know, bitches. It was on. Like, whoever had the Nas tank, whoever had the most tank, and then you can put flavors in it. It started getting out of control.
I'm gonna pause you real quick. I'm gonna send you the picture. I'm gonna send you the picture that I'm talking about to you. I just texted it to you right now, Raz, dude. Upload it whenever you can. Let me know. Count it down. But go back to the Nas party
No, but
thing.
that's it. That's how we learned about it. He just learned it through Whippets. We learned that at like a party.
You know,
You'd
it's-
show up, and
it's-
then my mom would see, and she's like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, I wouldn't even know what to say. I was like, "Don't worry about it."
No, you know,
kind of figured
it's
out. that
funny though. Like as of now, though, like Zoo and me were chilling. He was like, nobody was claiming Whippets until like Gunna and like Young Thug.
That's not true.
And, like,
Reggaeton artists were doing it all day long.
They were claiming them, but they've recently gotten a lot more popular, especially the Whippets from Gunna and Young Thug. Like, you know, and that's
like,
just real.
cause I never did no Nas in high school, no junior
It's
high,
always
none of
been
that.
a party crew thing. or
Until, like,
East
100%
LA
party crew.
thing, you know, like.
Yeah, it was a party crew thing because, like that's dead ass how I knew about it. And then, like in regards to like I think all my white homies that went to camp or all the people that were like privileged and I knew they had rich parents, they were the ones that like, my dentist gives me that laughing gas. First of all, I had fucking, Obamacare, or before Obamacare, it was Medicare. Fucking, I had that shit, so we had to get that shot. I never got that laughing gas, so I wasn't privileged like that. Right. But the moment fucking I got introduced to this shit, if I would have known that this shit was at the dentist, bro, because I start shaking when I go to the dentist. They got to give me Valium. I've been horrified since I was a kid.
Fucking dentist.
Yeah, so like if I would have got introduced to this as a kid at the dentist, I probably would have like been way more calm. You know what I mean, than what I am now. But like this, like believe me, like. All you privileged kids, I know why you do Whippets. You guys go to the fucking smoke shop and end up buying shit from like Cairo's relative at that smoke shop. 12
It is
pack.
bad, but it is bad for your dome.
The thing is different too. You gotta understand with it. So like,
Yeah, what's the science with it?
so like the auto grade knives got sulfur in it. It's got carbon.
Put the mic.
That's that tartar shop shit, right?
Yeah, it's got sulfur in it. It's got carbon in it, and then they hit it through filters.
Is that 87? That's 87
like
guys?
87, yeah.
Okay, cool.
You want that unleaded.
Name it again. Okay, what do you call 87 knobs? What do you call it? What did you say?
That's like the mechanical grade.
Okay.
So-
if you're getting your knobs from a tire shop,
So they'll cut it with air, they'll cut it with sulfur, they'll cut it with other shit, so you don't do it. Now, like you get medicinal grade nitrogen. Like anesthesiologists are very expensive. It's not every dentist that even does it, you know.
don't copy off your Asian
It's
homie.
put through-
Make friends.
So like this isn't necessarily even medicinal, but like my buddy, their sponsor, I should say Valley Speed and Color in North Hollywood. It's put through a filtration system for for all your nitrous needs. But I mean, it's definitely something that's gotten a lot more popular. It's always been around, but I feel like it was kind of like the Wookiees, the hippies fucking did this shit. It's always some Grateful Dead shit, you know.
No, that's what they are.
But
Wookiees,
now,
yeah,
like in the mainstream, you got motherfuckers like everybody's got a Whippet can now, and fucking.
Like when people come in to buy Whippets at Ziggy's, they didn't buy a one pack. They sold us out.
They went Steve-O'd out, right?
All of it.
Oh yeah.
They'd show up and be like, "How many Whippets you got?" And we're like, $500, and like, let me have it all. It would be like that. Like no one walks in and buys one box. They buy as many as you got. They're buying the whole party.
Hold on. Bobo's looking at this sticker like he's like, this is all right. So when Whippets was introduced to your generation, or like when you were partying with it came in little tanks. You're looking at this picture of a sticker of a tank. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, man, this is like wild. It's like straight up nitrous kits and nitrous refills, and it's just letting you know, like, come call us and we'll refill your shit. We got you.
You want to get some money, man? Call us.
You know what's crazy? 1-800-504-8185.
It was crazy when I found out it was legal.
Like the other day, he was there too. Cairo was there too.
It was for the fight.
My boy ordered this tank, and that shit was like Uber Eats. That shit popped up like your order's getting prepared. Your order's on the way.
Showed up to the house.
Like, meet Steve outside.
No. So this is like can't kill shit. You have your propane tank. You're done with it. You call this place. They bring you one. You give them your tank.
Through Uber Eats?
Yeah, and they give you their tank, so you just swap tanks.
Through Uber Eats?
No. But it's like an app almost.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I'm about to fucking do
that shit shows the map. That shit shows where they're at.
Not Uber.
You said the app is like a Uber.
Calm down, Rangers.
Like you call this, like let's say you're at the house and you're doing Whippets, you're doing the NOS tank, it runs out, right? You call this number, the guy's like, all right, you done with your tank? You tell him, yeah. He pulls up, he takes your tank, he leaves you his tank. That way there's no like, not buying a tank. You don't need a new tank. I just need a refill. So he takes your tank, just kind of like propane, like Hank Hill shit. Like you just exchange the tanks, dude. That's the level of shit they're at right now with these tanks. Like right now, if we run out.
Did you ever have that, Bobo? Like in your like. Cause okay, so here's my thing. I imagine, cause like your generation, like there's people that get known for weed, and there's Snoop Dogg and Cypress Hill. Right. That's it. To the 90s, like there's no more other people. There's maybe number 2 or 3, number 1 contenders, but they don't really count. Cause
right.
I imagine everywhere you guys went, there was always a fan or somewhere that was with the business before Uber Eats or Instagram. So like. Did you guys ever go through anywhere around the earth where, like, let's just say because number one, I'm going to say Finland because Finland, shout out to Finland, they've sent me some weed and it was bomb from Finland, from some indoor shit out there. And I tasted it on there and it was bomb. Have you ever been to some place when the Cypress Hill days when like there was no Uber Eats where you had a plug where like or fans were that down where they just drop some shit off? Like how did that work? Like,
well, you know, back in the day, it would be like, you know, if especially when we were out, we'd let the crowd know, yo, you know, we're out, we don't got nothing, you know, we you know, we're fresh
Just
out.
here for one night.
Joints and bags of weed just would come flying on the stage. So by the end of that
much.
show, we had a little pile of shit. Some of that shit will be boof, but if you sift through some of that shit, there'll be some bombs.
Yo,
So it's like
the
an entry
best
cup
shit
kit.
at a show though. Like the best shit I've
so
ever
it's like a
seen.
high
at
times
show.
kit. Pretty much they would give me.
Exactly.
Was this as soon as you landed, or was this people that you got in contact with?
I mean, it happened a few ways. Some when we just landed. I mean, there was one place that we were at the airport. By the time we left the airport doors, we already had shit handed to us. You know, we had that. You know, had hookups. You know, fans. You know, promoters. You know, sometimes that's their job, you know, and the promoters say, here you go.
In the writer.
Boom.
Sometimes it's in the writer.
It's in the writer, exactly.
Yeah, can you do that? Like if you're on that level, like as a rock superstar, can you write on the writer like 3 grams of cocaine?
No. They should know. They should know. You shouldn't have to say that. They know who they're hiring. They
Because
know
I'm
who
like,
they're
that's
hiring.
evidence, bro.
I see some crazy writers.
Yeah.
Same.
They
You know, so
Hey,
like,
Futures is like the whole CVS pharmacy.
like if we have 2 vans, for example, if we have 2 vans, there's going to be one van that's going to be the green van. And then we ask to the promoters, okay, which van is green? And that means that's the smoking van. And they'll either say, well, we have something in the green van for you. Yeah. So by the time that we leave the airport parking lot, we're already,
Twisting.
you know, starting to do our business.
What do you do with all the leftover shit?
We give it to the drivers.
Give it to the drivers. Just
We'll
let
give
someone.
it away.
I've left a lot of stuff with like hotel like fucking workers and shit
We've
like
done
that
that shit.
because like especially when you come in and they welcome you or some shit and they're nice when you're leaving like hey
I mean, I left shit in the green room because in the green room someone's always gonna show up and I kind of leave it there just hoping like hey, the next artist comes by and
I'm not even gonna
because it's too much. Like he said, I've been giving shit where I'm like I'm not eating all this. I gotta fly tomorrow.
Exactly.
So I just leave it in the green room and I just hope someone sits there and is like.
once the
good
last
looking out.
person leaves the venue that's with the artist, like the last person, the venue staff like will swoop in. Catering's gonna get eaten. Like nothing goes to waste. Like I promise
that's
you.
why that the key.
Nothing
like,
goes
if
to
you're a
waste.
performer, you know, and you have your catering, you know, that's how you load up the tour bus. You know, that catering, all the stuff that's there.
Cases
is
of
there
water.
For you know, because once you leave, either that shit's gonna be taken or recycled for the next band. So you come up on that bread, you come up on that juice and that beer and that liquor, all that shit. Let's do all that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like it's Cypress Hill shows. I think it's the last 3 years where like you know it was consistent. You know what I mean? Where like I was like, okay, cool. I was making every single one of them because I've been here 5 years. And the first 2 years, you know, I wasn't really going to these things. But like, yeah, man, about the whole thing being left behind, bro. The moment the show was over and I knew they were gonna go back, dog, that Jack Daniels bottle, the fucking everything. It was in my trunk, bro. And I'll show up to work like, what's up? We turning up on Monday, bitch.
That's it.
Thank you, Cypress Hill.
It's be all like that. I mean, big tall bottles. I mean, I'll bring shit home, man.
Yeah, hey,
do it like that, man. Fuck it.
John, do we have any super chatters? I know we haven't been that many, but let's start it off from the top and let's get into them.
Yeah, we got a few. Let's see what we got. Wait a sec. I forgot to pull up. We got this. This right here. It's Pedro. There he is.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Oh yeah, we're put. This is the infamous Nas'd out Pedro picture right here.
He looks like a mess, bro.
Oh, we gotta get it on this screen.
Oh my god, dude, this picture is something else, bro. Like if you could pull it up on the screen right here, bro. Like you're
it's not over there.
No, it's
Here.
not. No, you can't see none.
Here, hold on. Let me
Wow.
see.
I just saw it on my phone though.
Now this is Pedro, right?
Can you see it?
Damn.
That is Pedro Nas the fuck out, and he brought the tank. You can expand on it, maybe.
It's real typical right there.
The guy who brings the tank.
This
he's
was
been
on
something
one
like
of the
that.
couches that used to be in that little room, and this is his fucking picture that whenever he calls me till this day.
To this day.
Shit.
And Ray took that picture, aka Morning Shop Films. That picture is like, one day when I release my strains on the Green Thumb family shit, I'm gonna make that a cover of one of my strains. Maybe the silhouette.
What are you gonna call it?
I don't know. It's got to make sense with the name. But after I make the first 4 debuts, like I'm gonna make sure that art gets illustrated because it's one of my favorite pictures. Like if I ever become Jim Carrey famous, where I like, you know, like I do something that like makes me money, but like I'm rich enough to like do what makes me happy. Like he paints, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to do anything else. I'm like, I'll paint pictures of that rendition. I'll be like, this is Pedro fucking knocked out. Like a rendition, like I have memory. I don't know why my brain stores the most fucking ridiculous moments like that in it.
It's because you're doing balloons on your show.
Shit, man. That's funny shit. That's funny shit.
But yeah, that picture is one of the most epic fucking pictures. People are talking. Shout out to everybody that's joining us over here. Hey, this is
Party 123 episode.
I mean, you guys did go on the Howard Stern show, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, we did that.
This is what we try to strive for, and it's very hard to try to strive for that on the show because, like...
They don't do this shit on that show.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I'm not going to have a girl, like, have hot dogs thrown at her. Maybe, like, it's the 90s, but, like, we're going to push the limits sometimes. So, like, I'm not saying we're going to fucking do, like, how they...
We just had a porn star. To me, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, but nobody threw hot dogs at her.
Well, yeah, obviously, bro. I was like, we don't want to get canceled, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I was like, we gotta just do the interview.
I'm willing to risk it for throwing hot dogs.
Dude, I'll throw a hot dog at anybody if you gave it to me across the room. It'd be hilarious.
What was that experience like on like shows like the Howard Stern show?
Man, no, it was crazy because when we were on Howard Stern, man, he was really on the top of his game. He was on regular radio, you know, wasn't on like Sirius satellite, XM or whatever. And all the homies were there, you know, Jackie, Joke Man, and, you know, Baba Booey, all them fools, you know, and just seeing that. And then afterwards, there was a party. It was, I think, Jackie the Joke Man's birthday. So, you know, he used to have his party at Scores and stuff like that. So we'd go there, and we went there and stuff like that. And, you know, you just see Howard around with all these girls and shit like that. And it was, like, crazy, man. Like, yo, he's really, like, about this life. I mean, he's living his fucking life like this.
Is he still doing the show to this day?
I mean, he still does it. He does it on that XM and shit like that. But, you know, I mean, nowadays, what's the fucking shock radio?
I mean, but he earned those stripes at that
He
moment.
did.
Yeah.
He did.
See,
Yeah.
there's no
Daddy
more
did.
shock radio. He's so right.
No, but I mean,
you know, Sam and them do the punch drunk. You know what that is, right?
Is that like the naughty show?
It's like sports, right?
No, yeah, punch drunk sports. Sam Tripoli, my boss, he does another show called Punch Drunk Sports, and what they do is just a bunch of guys like this, and they have a box or a hat, and in there they put in bets, and everyone puts in whatever they want, and they all make long-term bets. It's a sports game, but we're not talking about like do the Raiders beat the Chargers. It's all about like are the Raiders going to be ahead of the Chargers at the end of the season. Bets like that, like a little bit like long-term bets.
Right.
And the things on there are pretty crazy. It'll be like, take a Viagra before you go to yoga class.
Oh, that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, it's wear a fuck Kobe jersey at the Laker game.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's shit where ain't no joke. Like all the guys gotta shave their pubes and then you gotta wear it as a beard for the whole episode.
Oh,
But it's like shock radio, but it's also like not shocking no more anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. It used to be shocking. That used to be like, whoa.
I think we're desensitized to it now.
It's the porn.
Yeah,
it's the porn. Like, dude, after two girls, one cup. After two girls, one cup. What are we doing?
Everything, I mean, whatever you throw out there, I mean, it's almost like, okay, you know, the shock is only like this.
I don't think it's so much the porn. Like, I mean, the porn has a lot to do with it, but...
Would you have a bet like that between us and E-Zone, some crazy bets
here's
like
the
that?
thing. I wouldn't put myself through anything extreme like that, like where it's like I have to, like, I'm like, if I had to wear a shirt like that, P-Real would punch me. Like, if I fucking wore a fuck Kobe jersey, like...
Oh, my
or like something like that, if it was a bet like that, you know, but RIP number 1 to Kobe and Gigi.
Well,
but
the guy, just to justify, that bet was made before Kobe died, and the guy that got the bet waited. He had to do this bet before Kobe died. Well, before Kobe died wasn't that bad. You know, fuck Kobe, like whatever. No, he had this bet. I'm not even lying. Look it up. Sports and Drunk, this guy pulls out this bet, and it's to wear a jersey that says fuck Kobe when Kobe's alive. Kobe dies, and this was I can't do it no more. So when you can't do a bet, now you have to take 2 out of there.
She should, yeah.
So it's either you do the Kobe bet where it says fuck Kobe and you're walking around and where all the cholos and all the homies
dude,
are already on site, homie, on site, homie.
You end up on Foods Gone Wild.
Or now are you willing to risk a hot dog being put in your asshole on live camera? Because that's in there.
Fuck that.
What are we doing? What are we doing? That's white people shit. That's called
No, that was the worst sales pitch on a bet ever.
American racist comedian dude from back in the day.
American Racist?
Yeah.
Amazing Racist. That's
Amazing
fucking Archie
Racist,
Fair.
right?
Come on, that's my boy. That's the man.
I know. He
That's the
does
man.
a show where it's like he does a segment about dead people, and he was gonna do one about Kobe. And bro, there's so
he
much
did. He did.
backlash.
No, he did it. He did it. He did it.
There's so much backlash.
Oh
Took it out.
yeah. He's a little punk. Yeah, he was a little punk for that one. But
But I was saying, if he did that, like,
you know what though? It's because he
make it out the,
when he realized that the comedy store called him and said like, "Hey man, we don't normally have gangbangers come up to the comedy store, but they pulled up and said if you show up, they're shooting this place up."
But in Artie Shafir's, like to be on his side. Every time someone died, he was that comedian that when someone died, he said something funny in his way of saying, "Hey, I appreciated you," because to him it's like if you died,
it was like an homage, but he didn't think it was.
With Kobe, he went a little too far. People didn't appreciate it. But my only thing against that is like, why when Kobe died then? If we're so mad about him being an asshole and a prick, no, I get it.
It's the
but do we not give a fuck about everybody else's life? Because that's what we just had. He did one about when who's the guy that killed himself?
Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain. He did about that one. No, the comedian fool.
Which one? The one that has pictures of the comedy store?
Another comedian, but he basically does it about everybody, and that's my thing. Is like it just. I like how we pick on when we can be mad about someone's death because we should have been mad about it anyways. It's someone's death. He's making fun of someone's death. If we're gonna be mad about it, it should be everybody's.
See, like Bobo, like you lived through the era where like you everything had its freedom. Like people didn't really get offended like that, and I get it. Like if you're really out there really trying to offend people, they're gonna know this shit. You know what I mean? Like if you're coming from a hateful point of view, but like, don't you find it crazy that like you would see certain things on TV or certain jokes during your like when you're like the Cypress Hill era doing this and shit's acceptable, and you're looking at it now and you're like, yo, this shit's stirring fucking pots.
Man, it's like people to me, I think, have gotten a lot more sensitive, about shit. You can't say simple shit. You can't do simple shit without there being some sort of backlash, And it's fucking crazy. I mean, there's freedom, and at the other end, there's not freedom. You know what I mean? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You could do shit, but then you can't do shit. You could say shit, but then you can't say shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know where the line is nowadays. But shit is different, man. We're in a different time for sure, man.
Dude, look at America. In California, you can go out. Texas, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Look at that. In the same country, in one, you can't even go out right now. Right now, technically, after 10 o'clock, we're all supposed to be in our house chilling. Whatever mandate, I'm going to listen to it just because we fucking live here. But in Texas, you can do what the fuck you want.
Hey, no, that's
no mask, no nothing. And that's the same country. That's how divided how this shit is. And it has nothing to do with nothing like over there. But over here, yet again, I can smoke weed. Over there, you can't. So what freedom is it? Like, what freedom are we talking about? I can smoke weed here. You can't smoke weed over there, but you can go outside your house.
You can walk into a fucking restaurant. You can have your gun in your fucking holster,
called
man.
Sacrifices, bro.
It's weird. It's weird. You don't know what freedom is. What's freedom? Here it's there. Over there, there's no freedom.
It's an illusion.
So like,
you gotta settle, bro. Like you gotta like, for example, like it's like, hey man, if you want to come to California and you get access to the best weed, you're gonna pay high taxes and fucking high rent.
You can't have
and
a gun.
there's gonna be bums everywhere.
You can't have a gun. Over there,
fairly
and it's like you go to Texas and it's like you can get a home for like cheap, but you're in the desert and we charge you no taxes.
Yeah, you can't have guns and any coke. You're doing hard time. That's
here,
Texas rules.
Oh,
you're doing hard time.
Yeah.
No, out there, I'm talking out there. Out here, they don't give a fuck, dude. Oh, look at Oregon. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it still sounds depressing to live in Oregon.
Horrible. That's why they legalize drugs to get people to go to Oregon.
I mean, not taking shots at Oregon. I'm just talking about the weather and stuff. Like, it's really gloomy.
It's
they just decriminalized.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like
Seattle, places like that. Seattle, that when it's sunny, it's great, but majority of the time it's like gloomy.
Yeah, and that affects my mood. That's what I'm saying. I just don't see like you want. I would vacation there.
I don't know, not even like vacation, because I'm like, yo, imagine I don't know, man. Imagine how many people are willing to take that dare, to like fucking fuck around and do drugs out there. Like, like. There's got to be people that are just like, oh, well, I'm going to experiment with this now that I'm not going to get in trouble for it. And I'm like,
well, you don't got to go to Amsterdam and need a passport. Now you can fly within the country, if you know what I mean. Go to Oregon, and I mean, you can't just buy it. I guess it's still
You
like
can.
what'd you say? Fucking, it's not like you could sell it. It's not legal to sell it.
Yeah.
It's just decriminalized.
I mean, that shit's a whole. It's a whole fucking. I don't know, man. It's like we're a part of the intermission in America. You know how like when certain movies they have an intermission, you go to the theater, you go take a piss, and all this shit.
But you know, it just depends because certain states are just trying different shit out. Like all these states that are decriminalizing all these like substance one, like Schedule 1, whatever's. Like it's because they're seeing less people overdose and people die. You know, and less people go to jails and then get more addicted and more hooked on it than by doing that, you know? So it's like, it's really just a divide between the state and the feds. It's fucked up. It's been fucked up, though.
It's like every state's going to get known for something different now.
Yeah, that's what everyone's trying to say. Everyone's trying to say that everyone's going to become its own republic. Like, Texas is going to be its own shit.
That'd be kind of cool.
It's going to be its own shit. You can do here, there. You can do there, here. Where do you want to go?
I mean,
pick. Like you just said, you want to be able to go outside no mask, but you can't smoke weed.
But would you not?
You want to be able to go outside and be able to smoke weed, then you go to Cali. It's like you're going to have to pick. Like you said, you have to pick for one or the other. You can't have it all.
Like, wouldn't you rather, like, all right, so here's, like, people always go, like, I'm going to go vacation overseas and all this shit. I'm like, look, man, we live in a place where it has 50 states. If they all became their own republic and I knew what everybody was known for, I'd fucking just have a ball, just fucking traveling in like all these different places out here and just adapting to their rules. Like instead, because like, bro, once I saw that show Locked Up Abroad, I was like, oh, my lifestyle does not apply to a lot of places.
I say we
abroad.
all still keep together because if we loosen up, China or Russia come and take over real quick. Yeah. We
Bobo,
stay together. This is America.
You grew up in like Puerto Rico, right?
No, I was born in New York. But raised out here in L.A. I mean, I got family all in Puerto Rico.
Okay,
New
so
York
that's
and stuff like that.
You have family out there.
You know, so
and that's what technically you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico.
No,
they're part of America.
That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people just don't know that. Like if you want to travel and go somewhere that's like still technically part of the United States.
Just an ID?
Huh? Just an ID.
Yeah.
Catch a flight.
Because it's like a Commonwealth.
Damn, see, you didn't know, huh?
I definitely did not know.
It's
that.
an unincorporated territory.
It's like they claim it, but like not like the state. You know?
Yeah, it's just it's owned by the United States.
Yeah, they don't give it.
Do you have
like,
like
yo, you the homie?
You the homie, but they don't give it like all that homie love.
No.
You know what I mean?
They get the bunk weed.
They get the bunk weed, man. They get a little bit of boof, you know.
They get Dr. Green Thumbs Jr. like on there, bro. They get like a Dr. Green Thumbs Jr.
Puerto Rico,
bro.
the side homie.
You know,
I got some homies who be selling carts out there.
Fuck.
I swear
Puerto
they
Rico?
kill it though, like regular
kill it,
carts.
you said they kill it?
though, like, hey, that's just crazy. They love. They're still on those Mario Karts and shit.
oh
I
shit.
swear. Like,
Well, every step
You
is
remember
like
those?
Here's the thing, man. I guess every single step that we're in, like in the weed world, we're just talking about this earlier. The alcohol world, like, is already established. So, like, it's different when, like, I've gotten recently involved with the alcohol and, like, the beer thing. And shout out to Craft Beer Kings out there doing their thing and our beer collab that we have in the works. But it's crazy that shit, because the roads have been paved and, like,
How hard is it to get your beer on an Albertson shelves?
No, well, here's the thing. It's actually not that hard if you got the right connections and all the roads have been paved. But what I'm getting at is, like, we're a part of, like, the era in weed where, like, it's the last of the egos. And, like, whatever makes it after the first 5 years, then that's when it's going to start clicking into, like, alcohol shit where you're going to start seeing boxing matches. Like, whatever we saw in there in that Tyson match, that shit was the first time that anybody's ever... Weed maps? I mean, I don't even use that shit, bro.
You know what?
That
I
shit
tripped
fucked
the
me
fuck
up.
I like
Speak on
weed
it.
maps.
Man, when I used weed maps in
think about
Canada
Tyson-
on tour,
Tyson
and it
Farms.
saved me.
He's invested.
Weed
in
maps
weed.
is shit.
He knew.
Right.
That's his league. So.
You gotta look at it like this, man. It's a legitimate fucking business, man. And the higher ups need to just like let the motherfuckers like get their bank accounts, be able to do their shit like right, and stop with the fucking big ass taxes and all that kind of shit, and let them be sponsors to shit. You know, there's some companies, some banks, they will not let you open up an account if you're dealing with cannabis.
Anything paraphernalia. I fucking own my own business, and Shopify did not want to play ball with selling baller jars, or anything that, like, if it had the word heady or anything, bro, like anything that could have related to paraphernalia, They flagged
do
it.
it.
But what
And I had to find a separate bank that would take it.
But what's a ball or jar? Can't you put jelly in there?
Bro, they have
Can't you put jam in there? You
because
can
they
put a
own their
fucking-
own shit and they're a bank. They operate by different rules, so it's kind of like a monopoly thing. So it's like,
But did you
if
put
he's
like
Bank
it was
of
made
America,
for wax though? Like
Huh?
it's just a jar.
No, okay, so pretty much stay like this. So I'm Bank of America, he's Chase, he's Wells Fargo, and Xavier is over here using Shopify, and you operate through Bank of America. They notice that, like, how come Xavier's account gets to sell heady jars and this and that? It's considered paraphernalia because me and him operate under the same rules.
It's a jar.
The rules.
It's a jar.
Yeah, but it's the rules because if they because
like I understand a bong. Like I know people tell you it's meant for,
because you need a tobacco license.
Okay,
Yeah,
but we can tell you that's a fucking lie. A jar is a jar. I can put
yeah,
what the fuck I want in a jar.
Yeah.
It's a bag, but it's still.
But here's the thing.
No, but those small baggies are for
it's the
cups. Like,
same
I
reason
know
you
we can
can't
play
sell-
that game, but
Bro.
we can. That jar is literally whatever you want.
It's the same reason you can't go on Shopify and post, hey, my Glassboro homie made 10 Coke straws with my logo on it. I can't go up in there and call them Coke straws because they're not going to be able to be
The
sold.
regular straws.
Yeah, but it's like there's different loopholes because of the way it's set up.
I know, but if I just bought, so now if I bought just regular straws from a glass blower and I literally sold them as straws, can I get in trouble for that? As
No,
straws.
but you
And
have
I
to know
literally
how to
have
play
me
ball.
there sipping milk out of a straw. Can they literally tell me like, well, we know that some people will use
But
it
let's
for
just
Coke.
say,
You
if,
can't
let's
sell
just
it.
say you
Is that
sell
argument?
out of those. Let's just say you
I sell out. Of course,
Let's
I'll
just
sell
say
out.
you drop 50 straws and you sell out of those 50 straws and they ain't never seen that traffic from you. They're gonna go ahead and question it and be like,
Oh, they
and they're
could
gonna do
do that?
research on you. Yeah,
See, I
because you
didn't
agree
know
to
that.
it.
Just set up legitimately, like.
So you need to sell them slowly. So shit that sells out is suspect.
Well, no, it's not a suspect. They have a certain department that looks into this thing as paraphernalia, bro. Like
it's a
just the
straw.
same thing as Instagram has algorithms that like they see weed
they
or
see
something,
it.
they'll shadow ban you. It's the same thing, bro. Like, you know what it is? You're living in the matrix, bro. And these are the rules that you gotta adapt to.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the reason motherfuckers is going to
but
Discord and
times
shit.
are changing though, with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like for sure, it's definitely getting into new realms. Like Alibaba, like there's like outlets to buy shit that used to not be there. You know, that used to be considered dark web. You can get a lot more shit now. Like shit, times are changing. Like remember 10 years ago, when motherfuckers couldn't say any cuss words. Or, you know, like the movies used to be, the mature rating used
Or
to
like
be a lot crazier.
you couldn't smoke cigarettes in certain movies after a certain time.
Definitely, like, we're desensitized for sure, like in everything. So shit is becoming more available, I feel like, for sure, for a lot of shit. You know?
See what happens. We're gonna see how. I mean, these next couple of years are gonna, show a lot.
It's like a
how-
growth.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, we're all in a reset right now. We have to readjust on everything. You know what I mean? And new ways to hustle, new ways to get your shit out there, whatever. But we're gonna see what's up. We'll
Doc,
see
speaking
what's
of
up.
new ways of getting your shit out there, you're doing this like whole virtual experience on Saturday, and I'm like fascinated by it. The bongo jam.
The thing about that is like, look, as far as the people in the music industry, we're gonna be the last people to fucking get out there to work. That's it.
Any type of
Pretty much.
entertainer.
And
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I mean? The film, you can go ahead and make films. You can control how many people are on the set and all that shit. You can stream movies, everything like this. But you want to see a concert, that experience.
Yeah, real life.
We're not going to get there for a minute.
Hey, concerts became exotic, huh? Like it became like
Black market.
You could buy regular OG, right? Like for a certain price, but like if you want that purple shit, you're gonna have to pay extra like $2,000 more.
Hey, but that shit's crazy to think about as a musician. Like, think you go and play and get sick. Like, I thought about that. Like,
Yeah,
imagine
you never
get
thought
booked
about
for a
that?
show,
What-
or you other people get sick, or all this shit. Like,
But this,
now all these factors come. It's crazy.
yeah,
It adds like.
but I'm wondering, like, it's funny that you mentioned that because I'm wondering. I was like, you've been everywhere in the fucking world, bro, and you guys never once thought about like, what if we get sick? Like, B was stage diving off of this shit. His hair got caught in one of these things. You're over here fucking partying in this thing, like.
You never think about that shit, man. You
Even
never
though it
thought
was a
about that
possibility, even though.
shit. You never thought about that shit. Never did. But then, now it's a whole different ball game. Stage diving. I mean, I stopped stage diving years ago, but the fact of trying to do that shit now and have everybody, up on you, touching on you and shit like that, I don't know. You know,
I don't think you'll do it, but I
miss
know
mosh
it will be
pits.
stage driving the second there's a concert.
I mean, yes,
Instantly.
yes.
There are
For
people
sure.
that don't
There are
care.
people
There's an artist that
give a
don't
fuck.
care.
Yo, the
Uzi
second,
Yeah.
the second I
Second
get
there's
the
a
like,
concert.
That's like, hey, remember before COVID, when motherfuckers used to blow on the cake and you'd eat a slice.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna eat a slice now?
Or like if
Cairo
Steve
stayed
Aoki
that
fucking
in.
decides to throw cake, I'm like, bro, I was like, if I go to a Steve Aoki concert and he throws cake and I find out that I get COVID after that shit, I was like, Steve Aoki's
that's
paying me
why,
some of the
like
platinum
I'm saying,
fucking
that's
dollars,
why
bro.
concerts are gonna be the last
Yeah.
thing to come back. Everybody like close
I need my
contact.
section in Vegas, fucking your residency. I need my section, Steve Aoki. If I get cake COVID,
Cake COVID. Yo, man. So I mean, so we have to be kind of creative. So like, the thing, podcasts have been around for a long time, but now motherfuckers are really starting to pay a little bit more attention to it.
I know I've never had cleaner hands like now more than ever, and it's like don't get me wrong, it's like I was always conscious of it, but like now it's like off of anything, bro. Like I'm just like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. You're just more conscious of it, and it's like I really don't think, like I said, I think we're misinformed in a sense, but whatever. We all got the decision to carry ourselves the way we do, and if you carry yourselves a certain way and you're a homebody,
I know
motherfucker
that
to a
first
certain-
show I get when I get to go back and DJ and go back to work, like for real,
hazmat suit?
You know, you see that meme? You see that meme? No, you see that meme? They're like every DJ when it comes back, like, yo, if you survive COVID, put your hands up. Like, I can't wait to say that shit, dog. Like,
If you survive COVID, put your
I
hands up.
can't wait to be like,
What
yo,
else? What else? What
when
else?
this
'Cause you-
beat,
what
when
else?
this beat
We're gonna say,
fucking
"Fuck
drops,
COVID."
Yeah.
yo, when
No,
it's
it's so true.
yeah, I'm doing
What do you
all
say?
that.
Let me do. You're doing a 5-7. What are your
No,
insights?
Let's
I want to
take
hear this
guesses
shit.
before he says it. All right.
Yeah,
so
but I wanna
he
hear
said
you
he would
say
be
in that
like, let me
voice.
say, when I say fuck, y'all say COVID for sure.
For sure.
That's
for
Cairo.
sure.
Going down.
What else?
Fuck, man. What can you say, man?
Cairo's predictable. You can guess this. Come on, give me a good one, Pablo. I know something that he would say. It'd be like, when I say fuck, y'all say COVID. Fuck COVID.
It would be
Like,
who was
probably
out
play like,
making
I'm-
money during COVID or some shit.
That's for sure right. I'm like, yo,
And,
who,
who
where all my
making money
hustlers
during-
at?
yeah,
Who's
who's
getting
making
paper
money?
no matter what? Fuck EDD.
Hey, no,
we going the fuck
Yo,
up.
who
Where all
make
my
money
niggas
off of
get-
COVID?
he'd
over
go up in
here?
there and be like, yo, whoever survived this shit, this
make
song's for
some
you. And he
noise,
played I'm a
yeah.
Survivor by Destiny's Child.
Yo, for sure.
Put your
Hey,
lighter on.
for sure. He's right. He's
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
I'm for
Cairo
sure doing that. For sure doing that. Yo, me and Mike G have
This was taking a
performed.
moment of silence.
Is
Yeah,
there
everything.
The
is
moment
it-
of silence for the
do
homies.
you think that's gonna be a thing? A COVID playlist when the shit's
Man, there's gonna be a COVID.
Hey, you know what's
playlist.
have 'em already.
super crazy about playlists? Like, I wasn't even thinking about it, but when you were talking about it on the Dr. Green Thumb show, somebody asked about a funeral playlist, and you're like, Cairo.
Stop with the funeral
No,
talk,
but
bro.
you brought it up. It was weird. You like
weirdo.
planted that in my head. He was like, "Oh, if anyone's gonna do that, Cairo's gonna do it." And
Cairo's
then
a necrophiliac.
I didn't have that though. I didn't. I was like, "Oh, well, what is the
Wait,
playlist?"
what?
Man, I started making that playlist. That was an emotional process.
I mean, you're gonna see that this coming up year, man. There's gonna be so many raps. They're gonna be talking about Corona this and COVID that. So many songs, so many shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting. The music that's gonna be coming out, the shit that's gonna be coming out.
So a lot of depressing music is about to come out.
You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna let you guys know that. I'm just letting you guys know that a lot of fucking stay in the house, like dealing with real life shit is about to come out, and that's
I
good.
can't wait till like you can have like those hard ass verses. Like I can't wait till like Drake mentions Lysol in a verse. I'll be like, yo, I Lysol that bitch or something like that. You know, I'll be like, yo,
Hey, you
when
know
he
what,
says
though,
it in a
too?
verse, I'll be like, yo.
The next generation, like the Generation Z or Y or whatever they call them, like there's some depressed motherfuckers. Like,
Hey, no, for real.
have you
though.
noticed these fools are depressed? Like they fucking, they're all like,
Yeah,
they
rubs off
they
and
WebMD
shit.
themselves.
Hey,
I feel like.
oh, I brought this up in the podcast before in previous episodes, and I'm gonna say it again. Now that we're all here, like my generation, which is like everybody here is like
You're
30
millennial.
or somewhere like you
You're
know.
millennial.
No, we're a little bit different.
No, I am.
Okay, so like if you're 30, we're the generation that got the test hamster internet, all right? They don't know what the repercussions to the internet can do to you. They don't know what 700 hours of free AOL had the repercussions in the long run.
Facts.
They do not know what this had to do with you, and that's what we are.
Well, we see it right now in the
no,
show.
I mean we see it right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
On this fucking
It's like Mike
show.
Tyson
listen,
said.
bro, this is way different than what you're trying to fucking make it as, all right, bro? We're over here doing successful things, all right? We got people donating and shit.
Yeah, bro.
You don't calm the fuck down.
We all got,
It's like Mike Tyson
we all got
said,
problems
the
and
internet made
shit.
people
He was doing
forget they
good.
get punched.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like we were that generation that we had that test hamster, like the internet test. So like we
Yeah,
don't
we're
know
all
what the
addicted to
repercussion
porn
is,
and
and like
shit.
the generation that came after us, like all our little brothers. That's the generation we got to worry about because I know homies of mine that I know are depressed, but they can cope with it.
Well, it took
I'm
a while-
afraid of the
it
generation
took-
that's growing up based on the internet right now because them motherfuckers love perks. Them
Yo,
motherfuckers love
and
Xanax.
that was like one of
them
the-
motherfuckers love real drugs like no
Perks
other
are
thing.
crazy.
I tell them it used to take me at least an hour to download a 10-minute porn. Now you can get it instantly and whatever you want, gangbang. Kids
like
and
10
you give your
minutes,
kid
man.
a 10-year-old has
Well,
a
what you
phone.
know about
56K.
magazines and
Like,
fucking,
you know what's funny? Sometimes I'm like, I heard my little nephew told me like, Mom, can I go to a rated R movie? And she said no. I was like, he has a phone.
You think he
He
has
has
on
a phone.
Pornhub?
He's got Pornhub. What are you worried about? A tit in a movie?
Yeah.
And he was all mad, and I was sitting there. I just sat there and didn't say nothing because it's none of my business. But I was there like, yo, this fool's got whatever he wants. He can, if he was smart enough, he'd get a torrent, he'd download that movie, and save himself $10, and just say I went to movies and pocket that.
Hey,
But like at the end of the day, I was blowing my mind. I was like, yo, he watches gangbangs every day. And you're worried about a tit in a fucking rated R movie?
That brings me to a question before we finish the super chatters and close it out. Bobo, what was the first thing that desensitized me as a kid? When I had the black box Zenith and it had the control and it had the red channels that said adults only, and I got to see like bitches get rammed and like I was like when I stayed home alone. For your generation that you're talking when you were a kid, what was the first thing that desensitized you? A Playboy magazine? Something that you were like, what the fuck is that?
Playboy magazine.
Straight up Playboy?
I was reading one this morning.
Playboy magazine, and also the fact that like I had a subscription to Playboy as a preteen because I was doing. I played like the Playboy Jazz Festival.
Damn!
That's
classy,
I
bro.
had a club for the.
The way subscription came off.
Who stayed up late to watch BT After Dark? Though?
Uncut, BT Uncut.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
hey, did you guys ever stay up too late and then wake up to the church?
BT After Dark?
Yeah, that shit was
I used to
dope.
watch Taxi Cab
That was
Confessions.
it.
See, but back
Nah,
in
bro,
back in my
BET
day-
Uncut was
back
wild.
In my day, like the before Direct TV and all this shit like that, you had the Z channel, and then you had On TV. Now On TV, that was the one that on the weekends that they would play the kind of like the
Freaky
Soft porn?
yeah, the one
Borderline.
that you wouldn't
Skinemax.
you wouldn't see penetration, but you know you're seeing nudity.
You'd have the moaning.
But you're in there.
Yeah, you
The
know. What
Oh.
yeah. You got all of that. You got that shit. But that was the first, that kind of thing.
I
And then,
made the noise for y'all bitch asses, all right?
Damn, that's how you know he's in a good mood. He never would do
He never
that.
makes that noise.
Yeah, so it was.
No,
it was
how
like
about
that.
Real Sex on HBO?
That shit's
That's
lame.
That was a classic.
That was whack, bro.
Boring.
No,
That's boring.
Hey,
There was
that's
some
a
good
redhead, right?
shit
The
on
redhead
there,
girl?
dog.
You know what?
The
It's
redheaded bitch?
When I saw Taxi
get
Cab
it.
Confessions
She
and
bad.
Real Sex,
Get it.
and I saw it, bro, like I already had been exposed to the back of the Zenith remote. So like I already had seen like there was 3 channels. There was
He
the
said the
channel.
back
There was
of
the
the
channel that
Zenith
advertised phone sex and all the fucking stay home tonight. I'll be here, right? It was those bitches. And then there was a channel that was soft porn, and then there was a channel that like showed pussy getting penetrated, and I was like, oh shit.
What?
And one day I got desensitized to all of it. I was like, damn. I was like, this is fucked up. I am never gonna be the same after 10 years old. Like this, yeah.
Yeah, that can do something to you.
The internet fucked our generation up, bro, because
Yeah, that shit's
I think the
crazy.
internet fucked the whole world
No,
up,
no, no,
though.
it's
Just being
different, bro,
able
'cause
to be
you
instantly communicate.
met older motherfuckers that like they stick by their values. Like it's like I don't do that shit. I'll never hit a girl, or like I'll never do this. And then you see all motherfuckers like all these rappers, Chris Brown, and all these people like, it's like he beats the shit out of Rihanna in the car, and like you have like older motherfuckers like, the fuck made him do that? They stick by their values, bro. I was like, it's different, bro. The internet
Yeah, but
kind
that's
of
what I'm
fucked
saying.
everything
But
up.
I remember
the
having
internet-
to work for the porn. Now now motherfuckers are just like, it's one of those things, you know?
You ever pay for porn,
You can just get.
Bobo? You ever pay for porn?
You ever been-
Not
was
pay-
sponsored.
Not
No,
pay for
He had
porn, but,
sponsored porn.
I
Yeah.
remember
Never
being
paid
a-
for porn.
I remember being a kid trying to like
Not in the 90s.
steal my uncle's
You know
porn
the
and
thing
shit.
is,
You ever
like, I mean, as far as with that, like when we would go on tour, you go to like Europe and Germany and shit like that.
Just play it on
You're
TV.
seeing that shit like on the regular like TV.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
really?
it's on
Is that real?
cable. Yeah.
Use that late night and everything like that. So
Like the newscasters, you know how they sometimes put that with the newscasters are naked?
Yeah,
That
they
was
do with
kinda
their
guys,
tits
bro?
out.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, they have that stuff.
Hey, Bobo was like,
that.
you didn't need to order porn when fucking Dubious was around.
Oh my god. But that wasn't. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that porno. Just to be honest, he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't. But you know what? I had him. I had Son Doobie though. I said, "Yo, man, will you sign the porno box?"
It was like when Scrooge made a porno, huh?
Yeah.
From Saved by the Bell.
He shouldn't have done that.
It's crazy, man. My first introduction into the trap game, bro. And one of the first time I had ever sold anything that made me a significant amount of money. And I've shot him out right now. I was like, it was with Dr. K, which was the original motherfucker from Paris OG, and Caden and fucking Funk Dubious. I would go to this fool's apartment, bro, and they would just give me a bunch of merch and inventory to make as much money as I can. And I would have my people show up at this fool's apartment while I'm playing Xbox with Funk Dubious, not knowing who Funk Dubious is, and like people would show up and like they're like, you're playing with this motherfucker who's like done shit and this and that. Like they would know who this fool is. And I'm over here like, yeah. I was like, dude, he's a homie. I was like, what's up? He's on the way out the pound. Let's go ahead and get this cracking. So I was like, it trips me out that like when I hear the stories from like you guys and the Funk Dubious story, I start to put the pieces together because I spent a good 1.5 or 2 years. Like if I see Funk Doobie right now, bro, like I'd fucking hug that motherfucker despite all this shit because he was one of my first introductions of like one of like the bigger homies that I had that like. He was just there, bro. Like, it's weird. Like, I have a feeling I'm going to run into him eventually, like, you know what I mean? And be like, yo, what's up? Just the same way I run in with Caden and them. Because, because they had, like, that impact in my life. And it tripped me out because I'm like, I sold my first fucking pack of, like, extracts and fucking bud in front of, like, that fool. That's
crazy. And
then you fools tell me the porno stories from this fool. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
That shit's a trip to me, bro. I was, like, kicking it with that motherfucker Caden, and that was his homie, and just... And on fucking just Hollywood. Yeah.
It's wild.
It's wild, man. But hey, Bobo, I mean, shit, we're about at that time. And how do you feel after being on this podcast? I mean, you do the Green Thumb podcast, and I know you had some kind of expectation, but you know that the shit gets crazy after dark.
You know what? That's the thing. I was expecting kind of like, going down this road, you know what I mean? So I said, you know what? Let me check out, see how y'all are doing it. Y'all are doing it all right, man. Y'all is wild as fuck. 92 Bobo would approve.
Hey, that's the fucking...
You're coming back, though, right? You'll come back here and there?
Oh, yeah. I'll come back
go.
here and there, man. I will do that.
We definitely take it there, man.
We got the 92 Bobo stamp.
We got the
That's
92
like
Bobo
official.
stamp. Because it's...
I would have been there, man.
Hey, bro, there's parental lock on the Green Thumb show sometimes.
What would have Bobo? What would have 92 Bobo brought by this show? Like, be like, yo, check what I got.
By, party favors, all kinds of things.
He would have been
like
doing
that.
the balloons with us.
I mean, I would have been doing all that.
What about your own balloons?
I mean, I was the one actually that started like giving out the mask that the fucking mask with the bong.
Oh shit!
Like that. I had that in all colors and everything. I would just give that out to people.
You should bring those
all
back.
That shit, yeah. 92 Bobo.
92,
that guy.
92 Bobo would approve. And I also want to give a big thank you to North Coast, who sent us this custom can of cigar box.
Fuck yeah.
With can of cigars in it for the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. They inscribed our logo
right
in there
there.
on top. We're going to keep this out here on our desk, and we're going to fucking definitely split these up. This is fucking crazy, man. This is legit, and it's a legit can of cigars in here, and we're going to fucking smoke them appropriately.
That fool's dope. That fool's the homie
so
for
much.
Sure. Shout out to him.
North Coast,
Dope
I
as fuck.
appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys check them out. North Coast, they definitely included everybody in here. So
they're in Vegas right now at the Jacarera and shit.
Yeah, the Jacarera
Yeah,
Cup.
they're putting it down right now.
So bro, they even included you in here, Raz, dude. So I got one for you too, bro. Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's what's up.
They
That's
did,
what
bro.
I'm talking about.
That's
what I'm
I
talking
love it when
about.
fucking
I love
sponsors
the-
do that, bro.
Always respect the producer. As a producer, I've been there. Respect the producer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, shout out to you, Xavier. Fucking over here making it
So
happen.
I'm glad. Every time I ever get like shit, and people are like, "Hey, how much shit do you need?" I'm like, me. My
They
producer,
included
co-host,
everybody.
and the producer. Sometimes people forget I'm like, he stands right there. How you gonna give everybody shit and just not the guy that made the show happen?
Well, dude, it's just
up.
it's a thankless job.
I know.
It comes,
but I
it
got
comes
you,
with the
Raz, dude. I've
territory.
been there, so shout out to him for putting that shit in there.
Everybody fucking gets one.
Yeah,
So,
thanks.
number one, thank you to everybody who joined us in here today. Number one, number two, what is it? Thank you for coming up in here, Zoo, bringing the party favors and just getting us high as fuck and sharing
Thanks,
stories. You're
Zoo.
welcome here every single
I'm taking
time,
this
bro.
hashtag right now.
Bobo, thank you as well, man.
man.
I know that it's a different, shift of pace, and we do the things a little bit more wild because it's after dark. And I'm glad you got to join us because you do see the different persona that comes out after.
Yeah. But I think that you could tell that since I know what's up. So
see, I'm glad that I got you on here because 92 Bobo knows what's up with this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Even though we're speaking to present Bobo, like
Right.
I know that you're like, yo, there's still motherfuckers out there living it up to this party
and
shit.
92 Bobo approves.
So there you go, man. You heard it here. Where can they follow you at, Bobo?
Man, you can follow me on my socials, Twitter at Eric Bobo, IG at Eric_Bobo, Facebook at Eric Bobo Music. This Saturday, Eric Bobo Bongo Jam on meathook.lives/Bobo, Cypress Junkies, Fredo Ortiz, Mixmaster Mike, LA, the Speaker Box LA is going to be going down. So catch that and bada bing.
What about that upcoming project you got coming up?
Oh man, the upcoming album Empires with me and Stu Bangers, man, we're just about done. It's gonna be banging. It's a snapshot of all this shit that we've been going through this year, but with banging really hard beats, like really hard beats. Shit that make you want to flip over the fucking table and shit like that.
There you go, man. Bobo's been working on some stuff that like you guys may not see it on their Instagram, but just because you don't see it on the Instagram don't mean that it ain't being worked on. So make sure you guys follow Eric Bobo with the blue check mark on Instagram. Skinny
right.
Pablo, any shout outs?
Well, shit, we didn't get to the super chat.
Oh yeah, let's get those last two out the way then.
All right, let's get them out the way. We got Frank 1017 saying, Kiero, stop messing with Skinny P. I got that thing.
Oh, no wonder he said let's get those super chats in. He knew that.
I didn't see that.
He had a little bit on him.
You hear that?
All right.
That's threats, partner.
Yeah. Stay away from Ramsey, dude.
Yeah, next we got LME&T saying, Philip, my balloon quit playing. You don't even know what the fuck NOS is. Shout out to E-Zone for Dem Flavors. Bobo, great to see you on the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast.
This was a
Bless.
check mark for our podcast, though.
Yep, check mark. We got Nicole Cosmina saying, have a good night, homies. It's late here and I want to be up in 4 hours. Much love to all except Kiero. Says much love to
Whoever this is.
Says,
is it she?
Well, she's saying except Kiero, Rapunzel looking parakeet. Just kidding, Kiero. Love you. You know what? Listen,
Not
Nicole.
to her. She gonna buy me my new favorite.
Those cookies in there are from her.
Rapunzel looking parakeet.
Because she definitely watches your story and hears all the shit you tell me. Because she did not come up with that.
I'm sorry, I'm a man.
You did. You came up with that.
It's cool.
Okay.
I approve.
And we
That
got
sounds coached, but I like it.
Yeah.
we got one more.
Rapunzel. Keep it going.
We got one last one. This is Beto Villalobos, 1981, saying, what up, my people? I appreciate the podcast entertainment. I tune in daily while I get my high on.
Hell yeah, dude.
Much love. All right, thanks, dude, for tuning in. And as for me, skinnypablo.com, we got some new shit, new merch coming. We got music. It's all free right now until, let's say, until tomorrow night. All the music is free. You can use the code Peaches, all caps, for 50% off for the next, 4 hours, until midnight. You have 50% off the whole shop. We got Mating Ritual blankets, digitals,
Can you
bucket
tell me why you
hats.
chose Peaches?
Peaches, you know
I
that
he's
one,
different. That's why I want to know
you know
why.
that one,
He's got logic. He's not dumb. He
you
just
know that
picks
emoji
shit.
that you send to a chick with a nice ass, or you,
All right,
or you
see?
it's like, hey, that's a nice.
I like
that's a nice
it.
butt
I knew
right
there was
there.
logic to it. I knew
Here's
there was
the
a
thing,
little
though.
logic to it. I know he's not dumb.
I'm gonna add on to this. If after knowing Brad's dude, John Phillips, and Skinny Pablo all these 5 years, none of this shit that ever comes out of his mouth has to make sense.
No.
Only for him.
That's fine, but I know it makes sense to him.
So I remember after I stopped questioning and shit, I was like, okay, whatever. The fucking code is homeless people 50% off. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't ever question it. He just does it.
We got codes.
Yeah.
Peaches.
I like his logic.
What is it? SkinnyPablo.com?
SkinnyPablo.com, RossDude.com, MostHighMusic.com, and I think we got maybe AlleyReviews.com. I don't know if that still works, but fuck it.
Hell yeah. Thank
Bam.
you. Thank you, Skinny Pablo. What
Bless.
about you, Zoo? Number one, thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing us bearing gifts and coming in here and giving us that dental feel. I really... This is, I would have much loved to be at a spa in Los Cabos at Breathless Riviera, but this is the closest thing I can get. So thank you for that. Where can they follow you at, bro, if they want to keep up with you? And I know that sometimes you give us some behind the scenes at Kiero and some of the shit he gets into.
The Instagram, the Ghetto Zoo, Twitter, the Ghetto Zoo, Weight Watchers also.
Also on Fortnite, the Ghetto Zoo.
Yep. but you don't want to see me over there. Also, shout out to Valley Speed and Color.
Valley Speed and Cover, shout out and thank you for sponsoring the Nos Trick.
Yeah, shout out them. Other than that, thank you guys.
Where do they supply? Anywhere in LA?
Yeah, they're in like North Hollywood.
Just follow them and you can find out more info. We're not getting into
Hit them up on
details.
Instagram. Yep.
Say it one more time.
No, it's called Valley Speed and Color. Check them out on Instagram. Just look up Valley Speed and Color and they got you.
Also, just follow me, Chiroglyphics, twitch.tv. Cairo loves you. Shout out to Hash Era for this dab.
Why do you look like Heart Attack Parakeet right now, bro? Like,
That was no joke.
That was the quickest fucking shout out he's ever done.
What? Trying to get that hit.
I'll go ahead and do my shout outs. Number one, thank you, Ayo Toppy, for joining us over here. I appreciate you having you back in the studio. Thank you for doing this. Thank you, Bobo, for coming by.
Well, thank you, man.
Thank you, Zoo, for coming by. This is a crazy show, and I'm glad that you guys are a part of the grown-up version of Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yeah, the debauchery and the crazy shit that goes down. Thank you, Skinny Pablo, for holding it down. And thank you for the gift, again, North Coast. Also, everybody who's been watching, hit that thumbs up. If you're watching this late, still hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit that share. Make sure you drop a comment. Let us know what's up with this shit, if we did a great job. If you don't want to get us on YouTube and you just want to go ahead and talk to us on Instagram, hit us up at We Don't Smoke the Same Podcast. We could definitely break 5,000 followers. We're at like 3,000, so help us get there. We do giveaways on there. Everybody who donated for a mystery box, send me the info. And if you donated in the past 2 weeks, your shit's already in the mail, so stop DMing me. Trust me, it took me a while, but I got your shit out. Also, make sure you watch the new High and Hungry. We have our own menu at Bastards Canteen, so make sure you check that out in Downey, and they do a carry out. So, at least for right now, so you can go ahead and call that out, do carry out, and it's available all week. High and Hungry menu at Bastards Canteen. Check out the new episode if you want to get that inside look. E-Zone the Firm for all my other stuff, and aside from that, the website, rather merch, highandhungry.shop, flavorsbyezone.com. Saturday we will be back again, and I'm trying to get a Bitcoin specialist on Saturday so we can go ahead and hopefully by the end of that episode we all own some Bitcoin and we'll go ahead and get some shit.
I got my crypto on.
Do you?
What you got?
Yes. Man, I got Bitcoin. I got that Ripple. I
got the lithium?
I got Erythium. I got some of that. Yeah, I got that.
So you're up on game.
He's on. He's up on game, man.
We're gonna have a Bitcoin specialist come on Saturday. So hopefully we're gonna make that shit happen. Hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you guys on Saturday at 1. Oh, we're gonna hold on. I guess right now we're filling up. What is it?
This is a 3-pound balloon.
A 3-pound balloon.
That's just actually meant for catching.
This is the type of balloons that I used to fill up at the car sales spot.
Wait up. It's meant to catch swordfish?
So basically, they'll hang it at the end of a boat, and they'll attach bait to it.
Hold on, cut it right now.
So it floats above the boat.
And it'll land in there?
Yeah, like to catch those monster-ass swordfish.
Whoa, that sounds crazy.
Fish are stupid as fuck, bro. Have you ever seen the little things that attract them? They gotta be some dumbass species. I'm telling you, the ocean is made for God's basement, God's mistakes. That's where he throws his fuck up.
Octopus and dolphins are not God's mistakes.
Yeah,
yes, they are, bro.
Be nice, dog.
Have you
Not
ever?
all of them are God's mistakes.
Octopus is better than us.
Octopus is a shit, dude.
Bro,
I would rather be an octopus.
A fucking
An alien.
dolphin is a human without any of the embryos and all the other shit, bro. It's just a dumbass. Okay, it understands but doesn't get it.
I don't know. Be nice though.
I think they're smarter than us, to be honest.
I don't know if they're small enough.
I was trying to hurry through.
That's way bigger. Fill that shit up. Hold on.
That looks
Fill
like
it
a
up, man.
fucking.
Make it like we gotta. If we're gonna end it, we gotta make it big. Cause I was like, I know Bobo's being. He's over here. He's like, finish this shit, bro.
Finish this shit, bro. Come on, now.
It's okay. That bottle of wine is for you to take.
Yeah, do it slower though. Cause that shit's cold.
Can I take some of these s'mores?
You can take two. Take two.
Yeah,
All
take
right.
them, bro.
Word,
Take them.
man.
Thank you for coming on the show. We
That
appreciate
bottle
it.
of Cabernet is brought to you by Craft Beer Kings. Take that home.
I will
That's
do
yours.
that. Yes, sir.
Because I know B's not gonna take it home, and I know you're gonna enjoy it.
Look at the
Trust
balloon.
me.
Look at the
Enjoy that
balloon.
Oh shit! There it is.
Oh.
See you on Saturday, 1 to 3. Peace
Yes,
out.
sir.
Peace.
There it is. He's going
That was
in.
fucking successful.